Watch me shoot this motherfucker. Look. Blank. Yeah. Taking off the motherfucking set.
You're a monster, man. Be cussing so motherfucking loud. My moms don't like that shit.
Party. That was last week.
Boom!
TalkRadar 115. 115?
I can't believe it.
Me neither. All that is behind us.
So much football words.
Much football. I was very proud of us in a way that we were able to talk about football games for that long.
Well, when the football games start aliens and skeletons and blood.
No, we didn't even talk that long about Mutant League. It was all like really like licensed NFL boring ass, seriously, and I rarely say this, nerdy shit. Football is nerdy shit that I can't tolerate. You hear that?
Boom!
Nerdy shit.
I can't remember what you said, where like you had somehow had sound effects that were prophetic. Like you knew ahead of time that I would say something about my sinuses, and then you had a, well, that'll clear up your sinuses.
I didn't, yeah, that just happened to work out.
Should we introduce ourselves?
Maybe. You want to do it first? Do it, Michael.
Sure, this is Michael Raparez.
This is also Michael Raparez.
You're a liar.
I'm Chris Antista. Everybody else, go at once.
Tyler.
Okay, good.
Wild.
Good. We're off to a smashing start. Arc Rise Fantasia free.
Oh, no more, huh?
No more. We thank them for
Second,
sponsoring
I thought
us.
you were going to say Arc Rise Fantasia is free.
No, but it was $29.99 last week at GoGamer.com. You're going to a Game Madness
Stop it.
sale.
No. That's over.
Okay,
No, they'll have to pay us again.
Okay. No, we're back to where we were, where we can finally just start talking about Scott Pilgrim for maybe the last time. We all saw the movie, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Sure did.
It was beyond wonderful.
That's fantastic.
Pretty
It was
good.
very good. Who was it? Was it Grimm? Grimm was like, I want to see that pandering bullshit.
What?
Fucking pandering bull.
He's
Man,
pandering bullshit.
Think they know me?
He is.
Think they? But he had a point. Like, but I didn't feel pandered to because.
It's Edgar Wright. He genuinely likes that stuff.
And Brian Lee
Yeah,
O'Malley.
Brian O'Malley, exactly. Yeah.
The thing is, Grimm had never read any of the comics,
Yeah.
but then when he walked out, he was like, oh, that was good. It was really good.
Yeah.
And I completely loved it. I couldn't love it anymore. I almost had no complaints.
I kind of want to see it again, partly because it's like I'm not sure if I genuinely liked it or if I just really badly wanted to like it.
I
There
don't think so.
There were certain parts that just struck me as awfully stiff, mainly in the beginning, and then I kind of warmed up to it. But part of the problem for me was that Diana, my wife, was running late to the theater, and so she was trying to text me, and I forgot my phone doesn't get texts from AT&T customers for whatever strange reason, and so,
That's also why you didn't know I saved you seats.
Yeah, that too. Sitting there 20, 30 minutes into the movie, I get a call from her, and she's furious, and then she's sitting there, it's like, this better fucking be Citizen Kane 2!
Really?
So, yes.
Oh, no.
I'm glad they finally made a sequel.
If you've listened to TalkRadar 95, you know Diana means Jewish business. That's a bad way to put it.
Yes.
But she did like it, though. I talked to her about it. She liked it.
The thing I loved about it was that I think I tweeted this maybe, like it wasn't pandering at all.
No.
It was honest. Like they licensed those game sound effects. They did like there are so many steps between that movie being made. Mm-hmm. Anyone in a fucking suit could have said no, God no. Like, can we open with an 8-bit Universal theme? God, no. What is that? What is... Oh, it sounds horrible.
Actually, that was my only problem with it. Like, I thought that 8-bit opening should have been way quicker, because 8-bit openings are very fast.
Yeah.
They did, in real time, the Universal theme 8-bit style.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, it was slow.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah,
That's
no,
Fox,
it was slow. But again, they let that happen. They let all those video... Hey, we need to license this sonic sound effect from of Son of a Ring. A what? We'll need to pay Sega. For what? We also need to license this Zelda song, because when Scott's going to run through this hallway, this Zelda music needs to be playing.
The fact that Nintendo okayed that is
they all
insane.
okayed it. Like, the first 4 minutes is just Link to the Past out the ass.
I'm trying to find it as we speak.
And, like, nobody... That. The movie
This
starts
opens the
with
movie.
that. Unfucking believable that... Yeah, that it even happened. Like, That's how you know it's not pandering. Anyone could have finally said, Jesus Christ, this is too much trouble. And they're not going to make $100 million off of
have
this.
some generic-y pling-plong music that sounds vaguely like something out of Zelda if you turn the sheet music upside down.
Yeah. It was Zelda. It was Sonic. It was Street Fighter. It was all these action. You watch the credits. It's licensed. They got that shit. And that's why they fucking knew and cared.
I heard that they had to, Edgar Wright had to write a letter to the folks at Nintendo and somehow had described it like, whether you know it or not, like these are the nursery rhymes of this generation. Like everybody knows them. They've been humming them, and you haven't really released them in any
That's true.
any professional life, but everybody knows these themes. This will instantly connect with people. I thought that was beautiful.
Yeah.
I had to explain to, I just realized largely women that they didn't find it believable and thought some of them thought it was pandering to us, and
Some women thought.
well,
it was
I thought
pandering
it
to
was
us?
like I didn't really think when I read the books that I didn't think that this was some place that actually existed. I thought it was some idealized version.
Toronto does exist.
That's the thing. It might be Toronto, but
it is Toronto.
But the time when you're all going to punk rock shows and everybody knows everything about video games. I went to punk rock shows and played a fuckload of video games.
Yeah.
It was not cool to talk about video games and cover video game songs.
That's true. The crowd at the punk rock show did not generally want to talk about video games at the punk rock show.
Very true.
Not at all. So it always seemed like slightly idealized to begin with. But then going to punk rock shows and trying to date cool girls, the movie makes total sense to me.
Yeah.
Because she's got fucking hang-ups, she's too cool for the goddamn room, and you do essentially have to fight some leftover piece of her ex-boyfriends in order to get past those barriers. And it made, while the fighting, they call it a musical in the commercial. Like, no, it's more than that. There's a literal version of this. Like, he's getting past the barriers that she has put up due to past relationships.
Yeah.
And I've had to do that before, and it sucked. I feel like I fought all those guys.
But Chris, he's also learning how to respect himself.
That's better.
yeah!
Yeah?
Yeah, it is.
Aside from the video game references, the fact that they got them all right.
Yeah.
That they were numerous.
They
that
got
they
them
were
all.
references not for references' sake, but that
Edgar Wright?
they were so easily just plopped in there. They just came and went. They didn't draw.
Oh, man, that water temple shit.
The water, the fairy music when he's running through the hallway, that sold me on the rest of the movie.
Oh my god!
But then things like the fights looked fantastic. The little 8-bit hues and pixels flying off the swords, the hammer and Ivy whip chain sword between the Ramona
and Roxy.
That's one of the coolest looking fights I've ever seen in a movie.
Yeah.
The choreography, the special effects, and this movie. That blew me away.
That's another reason I want to see it again, is because the whole time that fight was going on, I couldn't appreciate it because part of me was going, this isn't how it happened in the book!
See, I read them a year ago, and I haven't read 6 yet, so I don't know how the ending differs.
That bit where she takes his hand, that's not from the main book, that's from the free comic book day book!
I figured you'd have an issue because the first 20 minutes are very literal from the first book. And I was almost concerned, like, oh, fuck, how are they going to get the ratio-wise, how do they get the other 5 books in here?
Yeah,
Especially that god damn
They condense what's like a 2-year-long narrative into like a week.
a week.
Yeah.
That's what I figured your biggest problem would be with it. I'm very surprised. Well, I liked
and
it.
I loved all the casting. Fucking Brandon Routh as the vegan couldn't have been better.
The vegan police.
Oh, the vegan police with Tom
God,
Jane.
I'm so happy they kept that in the way they did.
Oh, and they high five on the way out.
And Tom Jane. Vegan police.
Tom Jane.
Vegan police. Sorry if I ruined it, but oh Jesus!
It only made $10 million, so
it only made whatever. It'll pick
So
it up.
that means it sucks.
it's so
It does.
it's
The
so
audience has
sad,
spoken.
and I understand
Because
why it's such a
Let's not
specific
talk
audience.
about it, but we saw Expendables too.
Yeah, we
That's
did.
true.
I'll
Which-
never
which
watch
did
that
much
movie
better.
again.
No,
you
I
never
never.
have to.
Never. I had a good time.
I mean, you kind of already seen it again.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it.
It was,
Yeah, I feel like I've
I mean,
seen it and I didn't go.
Already seen it again. You've already seen it, period.
And I really was hoping that was going to be like the Unforgiven, like that mythos, that character archetype being killed, like his death. But instead, it was like, you guys want to be famous again? Come be my movie. We'll all live and make a sequel. That's what's going to happen.
Spoilers.
They all fucking live. Oh, it's
They
so
even the ones
infuriating.
who die
Even
live.
the one who gets shot in the heart lives.
2 inches above his heart.
2 inches above his
says.
heart.
And
excuse me.
betrays them all.
Yeah.
And betrays them all. And sounds American and 80% of his dialogue, which I was baffled by.
Yeah, that is. Well,
Despite his big blonde Russianness.
Yeah,
Is this a
that's
spoiler?
Dolph Lundgren. So.
Oh, there we go. See, Michael ruined it.
This is a very spoilery podcast.
You can bleep that if you
Nobody cares about the Expendables. It was totally fun. It was totally great
He's
to
got
watch.
Pilgrims. He's
But-
got Pilgrims.
but
Michael
Scott
brought the
Pilgrim
soundtrack.
deserves your money. Like, it really does.
I didn't know the soundtrack was good by Beck.
A lot of it is,
the
yeah.
Sex Bomb songs are by Beck.
Wow.
I think the Crash and the Boys songs might be by Beck also. But I'm
And then
not
a
sure.
cover of Sade's
were
By
doing
Your
it.
Side from some other band.
Oh,
That was
but-
really weird.
But the same label that released that music is also releasing Anamanaguchi's music from the
game, which is fantastic.
and that's coming very
exciting.
soon. Yay, because that's very, very good. Anamanaguchi, they do our theme song. Don't ask again. TalkRadar.
They'll be playing at PAX.
We should probably jump into our feature presentation.
Yes, we usually start with one of these things.
Every week, Games Radar does a top 7 things
This week.
about games.
This week is the top 7 best launch games of all time.
Important, and I like that you took the attitude of things you felt were important and not necessarily the best selling, because it's very unfortunate what's first.
Yeah, it wasn't best selling. It was to me it was a combination of what sold the system, like what justified that system on that day, that played to that system's specific strengths, and when someone came over, that's the game you would put in to go look at my new system. Not necessarily what was the best selling game, although a lot of times those do coincide. Number 7
Number 7. Oh my goodness.
is on a Oh, wow. Where'd all this water come from?
Wii Sports.
Wii Sports, and this is unavoidable because it came bundled with your system, so you couldn't not have it even if you tried. But
Unless you're Japanese.
unless you're Japanese,
It was the number one launchiest launch game.
And the thing is, I know this is probably one that a lot of people were like "turd-a-dur," but it's even I don't want to admit it, but it's like Wii Sports was a great launch game for Wii,
yeah, it
because for that brief like 3-month period, we all were like, dude, if Nintendo did something this fun, because it is fucking fun. Shut up. If Nintendo made something this fun that was free, that came bundled with your system, and did it on the first try,
And opened up like several avenues of opportunity.
Yeah, and
This
it's like
is the first.
This is the first thing they did. Nintendo's like, here you go, everyone. Here's what we're going to start with. Everything from here on is going to be just as good or
Never
better.
got better.
And it
Did it?
never did get better. Even Wii Sports Resort, all it did was make the Wii Remote behave like you thought it was supposed to in the first place.
Back when we were taking the Wii seriously, I
Yes.
played the shit out of this with all my roommates, living like 5-6 people at the time.
Yeah. We played Wii Golf in the office almost like every other day.
And I reviewed Tiger Woods for the Wii, and like this is terrible. This is absolutely awful.
That was kind of the reaction with all the first wave third-party games.
Yeah, like the Wii Sports Golf is better than an entire Tiger Woods game.
Then Super Swing
How
Golf.
that happened?
It's and that's why I think it really is. You want to show up for a motion-controlled console that was fun for everyone, that makes use of motion, a remote with one button, very little interaction, just gestures. That's exactly what this did. Put Twilight Princess in front of someone, which is what we all bought.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say for a second this
everybody
is a better game than Twilight Princess. That's not what this is about.
yeah.
Twilight Princess, fucking way better game.
But in a way,
But it was not
showcased
made for the Wii. It was made for fucking GameCube. And
It
you can
was.
tell because you're waggling a remote to swing a sword, which is dumb and will always be dumb. It's a horrible idea. Forever, don't do it anymore.
Oh man,
And Move is going to do it all over again.
Yep.
Yay!
For years.
I can't wait. But this time it'll be less than 1-1. It'll be 0.7, 0.5. It'll be so.
It'll
great.
actually be
Amazing.
1.2 to 1.
Let's
1.2
figure
to
that
1.
one.
That'll be better. was that reality?
We're gonna get we're gonna get the eggheads in here and crunch these numbers. It's actually 1.2 to 1.
You gotta know what you're doing before you do it.
No.
So that's. I wasn't here when it posted. Did anyone have any problem with this one?
No, that's right.
No, I mean,
also, liked your comment on Twitter. I guess people don't know what launch games are.
Yeah, there was a lot of comments like Mario Galaxy. That came out 2 years. That came out a year after.
I had to check. Well,
Not a launch game.
putting together this list, I just didn't have any idea that. Well, one of the later entries was a launch game.
And my favorite one was Pokemon.
It's never been a launch game.
That came out 9 years after Game Boy came out. So I
9
don't
years.
know what measurement you could ever
Maybe
use. That
they meant the Game Boy Micro.
almost a decade could go by.
It doesn't mean it was out when you bought a Game Boy.
Yeah.
It means it was out when the console.
Yeah.
I love Phazon's comment here.
What's that?
No Perfect Dark Zero, Mobile Suit Gundam Crossfire. Mr. Elston, you are biased.
Yeah, 360 PS3 launches were
And
shit.
Faison asked,
They were shit.
because we forgot to plug it, 24-hour marathon, probably happening by the time you start listening
Yeah,
to
but
this.
it's happening at 5 p.m. Pacific tonight, going all the way through the night. I think we're kicking off with Super Street Fighter 4 and Modern Warfare 2.
We are, and you're talking to us right now.
You're probably talking to us
In-game.
by now and not
Weird.
listening to the podcast. Let's move on. Number 6.
Numbers, hold on, I got a sound effect that signifies number 6.
Yeah.
I love this music.
It's the Lumines.
the Lumines.
Luminous.
That's always how I say it in my head when I
Lumine.
read it.
This is baffling. Baffling.
How do you mean?
Just that, like, the PSP had... I don't remember what else was there, but Luminous shot to the top of all of that. And people were talking, and I remember, like, it's a puzzle game. Like, no. You got it. It totally justifies this, what, $300 system?
Yeah, it's
and
expensive.
it really didn't. But it was the only place that had it. And, like, Luminous was that fucking good. It made me want to get a PSP.
Yeah, like for this one, like I played more Wipeout Pulse or Pure, whichever
Pure.
one was the launch one. Wipeout Pure. I played more Twisted Metal Head On. I played more of either of those, but those I
I
would have
played more fucking Darkstalkers Chaos Tower.
Yeah, but I would have probably been happier playing that on the PS2. The only difference is it was a new system, so I had to get something new for it. But as far as a launch game, like Luminous was, it's a portable system. You need a portable game.
I was doing that shit everywhere. Luminous.
And
All of
it took the Tetris formula, but made it. Here's something you could not do on a Game Boy prior to this, or any portable system. It has these streaming, like club quality music, CD quality music, these visuals with so many colors and effects. It's just as fun and addicting as any puzzle game you've ever played, but there's so much presentation and color and visual
gorgeous.
effects. Like, it's amazing to watch and listen to.
The blocks that disappear to a beat.
Yeah.
When you realize after a very long time that you're like sort of a part of how the music unfolds.
The way you interact with the blocks and clear them, the music picks up, slows down, extra notes come in. It's an amazing game that was really shit on by having 3 sequels in 1 year.
Yeah.
They ran this into the ground hard. But for that brief moment, which was over 5 years ago, by the way,
What the fuck?
Wow.
No, it
Hard to
wasn't.
believe.
Really?
March 2005, sucker.
Holy shit.
You were a fresh-faced 25-year-old.
I just started here.
I'm a fresh-faced 25.
Get out of-
thought
get out.
You can't have just started here back then.
I reviewed Luminous Plus.
Well, that came out in 06.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
I
but
just
still,
started here like 7 months after that. So
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
like,
I was
that's-
still in
it still puts it like Luminous Plus is like an enhanced version of the PSP one
Yeah.
for the PS2. It wasn't long before Sony started heading to that well.
That's
Yeah.
true.
But yeah, so I feel like this one was maybe some people had a problem with this one. The comments.
Fuck you then. Luminous
Just
is
because
awesome.
they're like Luminous is a puzzle game, but it's like you're not getting why this is such a good fit.
game.
That's a
puzzle game.
really, you really won't get later entries
Yeah.
either if that's your criteria.
talk about Ocarina of Time and Pokemon?
Someone said Ocarina of Time.
And Pokemon
And
for Game Boy.
Fucking 2 years after the system launch game means it came out with the system, hence the word launch.
What about DuckTales?
Yeah.
I thought you said Launchpad game.
What about Grand Theft Auto 3?
Thought you said Duck Games.
Duck Games? We
Number
are
5.
on fire today. I just looked up one factoid that I'd never seen before
Uh huh.
because I love piracy, and I used to have my PSP homebrewed and hacked so I could use emulators on it. Fucking loved it. And then I started reviewing games, and every single review build
Has an update.
has an update that forces you to go through. So to work, I had to give it up. When the PSP upgraded to version 3.5, it blocked the ability for people to downgrade the firmware at a future date in order to run homebrew games. However, on June 23rd, 2007, an exploit hack was found when running the game Lumines Puzzle Fusion that would allow people owning the game to be able to run programs and change the firmware.
Jesus.
In case you're wondering, the PS2, the game to do that on the PS2 was like WCW Nitro 97 allowed you to play pirated games.
Weird.
There's on the Xbox, I believe it's Dead or Alive 3. Was that whatever. But and here's what happened. By Monday, June 25th, the game was showing a 750% increase in sales. By the end of the month, the game sales had risen by 5,000%. The exploit has since been fixed.
No.
But put an exploit in your game for a sudden, unexpected boost in sales.
Dude,
Well, after it would benefit you
my
in
friends
any
who
way.
pirated games, like that copy of WCW, whatever the fuck, sat around and was in their system.
See, I think that sentence should be amended to the system's appeal was fixed. because
Yeah,
that was the main draw. That's what made it so cool when it came out. Was that you could just load on homebrew software or emulators or whatever, and Sony's like, no.
Yeah, they had a multimedia device that they slowly stripped all the media away from.
Yeah.
And because I was interested in that
Like,
from
we
day
only
one.
want media that you buy from us on here.
I remember the opening commercial. It was like Franz Ferdinand's "Take Me Out," and it's like people doing a billion different things with their PSP that all slowly went away.
It was supposed to be, ironically, an iPod a year before the iPod was out.
Yeah.
It's going to do your music and your movies, and maybe it'll be a phone. I don't know, but
Oh my!
you
crap.
can put
Did you see the new Sony phone?
No.
It's a PSP Go. It is a PSP
much.
Go. It made total sense to me. It is the guts of a PSP Go. It has made the PSP Go the iPod Touch because the Sony Ericsson phone has phone calls, but looks like it has the slide out. It's the exact same case. It's a PSP Go. It's insane. I did not know that's what they were doing. I didn't know they had the balls to do it. Sony.
Well, they got nothing out of the Go. That thing tanked. That's maybe, aside from the Virtual Boy, that's got to be one of the biggest hardware flops of all time.
Yeah.
I hope so.
I know the GBA Micro.
PSP?
Go.
Go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
The Go fucking tanked. Like,
But I mean, that's
they've
what-
admitted that.
That's what it needs. Like, I think, is the new P-Tom out?
I'm not
With
sure.
the Star Wars on the cover?
I haven't seen it.
Whatever. I reviewed Kingdom Hearts in there, and like the load times in that game
Yeah,
are like
terrible.
absolutely insane. I would. It's not that there were load times in between openings and scenes and cutscenes, which there are a lot of. It's that you charge up a move that goes into super hyper badass mode, and that has to load too.
in the middle of
In the middle of it
fight.
happening.
Is that from a UMD or is that?
It's from a UMD,
Oh.
but it requires a 700 megabyte install, which
that with the install it takes. It has the ridiculous. load
I did the
times.
400 megabyte install
Okay.
because I did not have 700 megs left. I
Right.
did not want to.
I watched this happen. I watched you playing it with it half
It's
installed.
absolutely insane. He's like imagine Super saying,
Yeah, it's
"Oh, Brett, you got to see this. I can't move. Bring it over." Look, he's about to do it.
like it's as bad as your memories of Dragon Ball Z, where they scream for a minute and then do the move. Imagine playing a game where you can't push a button until the guy's done screaming.
Yeah, it's. But that system savior, because what you said about not being able to.
Wait!
I can play that on PS2. That's always what I think when I play most PSP games. It'd just be better off on a controller and a television, but if you could reduce the load times via PSP Go, that's some incentive to play it on the go.
Or you could stick to a system strength
Yeah.
like, say, Luminous.
Right. And what's sad about the new Ericsson phone is that it's something that should be really exciting. They just don't give it.
Here's-
No one gives a
here's the
shit.
thing.
No one cares. They just want their fucking iPhone and they don't give a shit.
It's not that. It's
It's that for me.
well,
Once
it's
Verizon
not.
gets their head out of
Here's
their
the
ass.
thing. How many consoles do you own now?
All of them.
How many cell phones do you own now?
One.
That's right, because you only need one fucking phone.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
Cut it out.
But once they get one, I hate my BlackBerry. Fucking hate it. Couldn't hate it more.
You'd never get a Sony fucking phone.
Yeah, I'm not.
I don't want a Sony anything.
No, I'm not buying a fucking plan with Sony. For
I don't want a
anything.
Sony
Oh my
radio.
God.
Except
no.
for PlayStation Plus. That's pretty good stuff.
Number five.
Number five.
Number 5 should have no contention.
Yeah, I really didn't think this was a launch game.
Really?
Wow.
Soul Calibur for Dreamcast.
Yeah, I looked it up. I was completely wrong. But yeah, only because like it was like one of the. I was the first game I quit college with, and I assumed I had done that my first year of college.
Came out in 99.
Yeah, so I would. Well, it was my second year my second freshman year
Ugh.
that a game that got me to drop out of college.
Wow, it happened twice. Counter-Strike and then Soul Calibur.
Well, one I just stopped going just because, like, man, this is fucking hard, and I'm still in high school. This sucks. But this was like my friend's house is across the street from campus with Soul Calibur. I'm not going.
I had that problem with Magic cards when I realized there was a store across the street from my campus. I could wonder what's in that booster
Yeah.
pack on the top. Fuck.
This Counter-Strike got me to do a lot of pathetic shit, but this was like, well, this was just like I don't regret this at all because like you had to play it with two people together, and there was just a house full of people skipping class,
Yeah.
with their classrooms viewable across the street, just consuming anything they wanted, laughing. And playing Soul Calibur.
The thing
Great
I
memories.
loved about this one was the Dreamcast. We already had
Oh,
a whole.
the Dreamcast.
I know. Just you can say just the word Dreamcast, and I get the same feeling about when I think of Firefly.
Aw.
It's just like, really, no one gave this fucking thing.
You
but
can't
but
take the sword from me.
But everyone did give Dreamcast a chance for a full year. Everyone really bought it. It sold well, and then PS2 just destroyed it. And then plus Sega had a bunch of other obvious mishaps that I linked to in the article. There was a great interview on Gamasutra about exactly what happened with the Dreamcast. But
It couldn't
this
survive
was
in
like
the face of the PS2.
after dealing with the shitty graphics of a PlayStation 1 and the awful blurry mess that is Nintendo 64. It's like 5 years of games that I'm like, they will always look terrible forever.
They've sort of been they had been long abandoned by that point as arcade conversion.
Yeah, but when playing Soul Calibur this looks amazing. It was the first game in years.
You don't even need the arcades anymore.
Yeah, it was just for the first time in like almost a decade since I played Street Fighter 2 at home, and I was like, it's just as good, even though it really wasn't. But playing Soul Calibur on the Dreamcast was like every game. My life is going to be so amazing from now on. Like every game is going to look this good. This is incredible.
On that horrible dinner plate control. Like
that controller.
So much fun.
Yeah,
You were so wrong. Then the Wii came out.
so wrong. But
Well, the thing is, you have to remember that controller was an improvement over the awful disc-shaped pad that Sega introduced for the Saturn for Knights.
Oh, okay.
It's
That
pretty
was all right,
close.
except that the A button disappeared.
Yeah,
It's almost the exact same
it's
size.
very
and layout.
close to the same controller.
I liked
Yeah.
the Dreamcast.
I caught my first bout of tendinitis from the Dreamcast controller after playing Mark of the Wolves.
What the fuck? You are old.
I mean,
I'm sorry. Go ahead with your anecdote.
Well, someone wrote. Someone
How do you
rubbed
figure?
tendinitis germs on your controller. That's all I
no. It's just one of those things where it's like I had the Dreamcast in my closet for years, and then like pulled it out and like was just playing Mark of the Wolves for a little bit, and like the next day I got this really like weird cold sensation running up and down my forearm to my thumb, and
Wow.
it's like
Well,
yeah,
it
it's
was
tendinitis.
totally worth it.
That
Right.
was just.
Yeah, totally.
I am Mark of the Wolves.
That's totally what the game's about.
I think so.
too.
I don't
Yeah.
know much.
Anybody else have Soul Calibur anecdotes?
Guess not. Number four.
I don't believe that for a second.
Soul Calibur was fun.
Number four.
It was.
Number 4 is Halo for Xbox.
Halo.
Which is only number 4, despite the incredible things it did, because of the strength of the next 3.
Yeah.
Because without Halo, the Xbox, I feel, would have died.
Probably.
I mean, look at the launch.
What was the launch games? They were terrible.
Fusion Frenzy?
Fusion Frenzy.
Azuric, Rise of Parathia.
Oh, that was fantastic.
That Oddworld game, Munch's Odyssey.
Oh, that was pretty good.
Yeah, I think it was a bunch of balls also dropping and bouncing with physics.
I see.
That might have been a launch game.
I see. I see. You know
NFL
what-
Fever. I don't even remember. It's such an
and
unremarkable
if I'm not
launch.
mistaken, Soprano Seasons 2, that was also out of the
That was a
playable
good
on the
launch game.
Xbox.
I like that. If you bought the remote,
If you bought the $40 remote,
That was such a crock of shit. Like I
Yeah.
remember, like in Toys R Us, trying to. There's one for your wiki. Somebody trying to. When I'd be standing staring at an Xbox and a PS2, trying to like someone asking which one should I get from my blankety blank. That one plays DVDs. Well, that one plays DVDs, but you got to pay $30. Fuck you. Like it stops
Yeah.
right there, and that's why the PS2 won. Like it
Yep.
played DVDs for free, and I can't believe Microsoft would charge. Would you pay $30? No.
I really
That's
want to
why
know.
there's a pile of those things to this day probably sitting in that store.
I really want to know what the fuck was behind that decision.
Oh,
Who
God.
came up
Ridiculous.
with the brilliant idea? It's like, let's build in DVD functionality, but make it something you have to unlock by buying a remote control.
money.
Just
well, I mean, you need a remote control if you're going to watch
Yeah,
a movie,
well, that's
right?
a great idea unless your competitors are offering it right out of the box with no
And
additional
have
purchase.
been
don't
for a
disagree.
while.
And have been for a year.
And
You
that,
stupid motherfuckers.
we hacked our Xboxes, and guess what? My NES emulator on my Xbox also played DVDs without a remote. It was that easy.
Oh man, it's like
it was
playing
that
DVDs
easy.
on your NES.
It turns out like those 8 buttons on the Xbox's pad more than compensated for the 3 buttons I need to play a DVD. It was fantastic.
You would think.
It was fantastic.
But so Halo.
Halo.
Was a. I totally forgotten a couple of the reasons why this is actually. Again, this is a very easy game to hate on because Halo sucks, lol. But it was the first time I ever saw console gamers, myself included, having LAN parties. Like, let's all get together, link up a bunch of Xboxes, and play Halo. Because this was like a year before Xbox Live happened, so there was no online infrastructure for the first Halo for Xbox. So you went to people's houses with all their consoles linked together, and that usually didn't happen. And then with this huge emphasis on multiplayer, that really meant that kind of became the Xbox's thing, was multiplayer. Birth of Xbox Live led to 360, and now the 360 is in the lead. Well, Wii's in the lead, but that doesn't count. But
And Halo led to the birth of Xbox Live, and
Halo-
it's really responsible for all multiplayer console gaming
pretty
right
much.
My main memory of this is seeing for the first time, 4 televisions and 16 Xboxes in a single house.
Yeah.
And a girl coming over and me trying desperately to hit on her because she was beautiful. And then I just saw she's in a movie with somebody from The Daily Show.
What?
Yes.
This week or something?
No, it's kind of an old movie, but it's set in San Francisco.
Oh.
I'll tell you about it later. I just don't want to say her name. But
Well, she's in a movie. She's not probably a private figure at this point. All right.
I can be as
now. You
vague
should
as
make
I want
fun
to.
of her publicly.
No, she's beautiful. That's all I know about her.
That's not a tribute to her skill as an actress, but whatever. But also Halo, I forgot I played the whole game co-op. I forgot it was split screen co-op. The whole campaign was co-op, and that was well before co-op was, everyone had
Even in the first one?
Yeah. I played through the whole first Halo with a friend in co-op, and it was just you're just 2 Master Chiefs or something. Like, it didn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
And then just having fun with the Warthog and just the Banshees and just fucking around with the world, and then obviously the rise of Machinima, and Halo really brought that to the surface.
I don't actually understand it because this was at the time like I was actually done with consoles in a way.
Me too.
I was playing a lot of Counter-Strike. I'm like, well, that I like the way it looks, but like playing on an Xbox has no interest. And I think if my friends hadn't have had the interest they did, I wouldn't have gone over. But now I'm a Halo fan.
It's certainly a thing if you were into PC shooters primarily. It's really difficult to understand why everyone cared about
And we were
Halo,
mad. We were mad because Microsoft took Bungie away from us.
Yeah.
The Marathon folk.
Yeah, Marathon was great. And nope. This Halo thing ain't going to be for no PCs.
How about playing with a controller?
No,
Like this?
Yeah.
Look at these buttons and this.
Can't play Myth again, not with this.
You think they've almost intentionally borked it so like every time it does come out compatible with a mouse and keyboard on PC, it's terrible? Everybody hates the Halos on the PC.
I mean, obviously not intentional, but yeah, it sucks.
What if it is,
anytime you port console games. But,
what if it is?
I didn't like it. And then I played Halo with my college roommate my first year.
Fucking blast, right?
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. And then I feel like a stereotype, like a couple of college guys drinking some brewskis, playing some Halo.
Well, now you're going to play Halo.
Well, that'll probably aside from the college part, that'll be us Friday night.
Play with a couple of toddlers, throw back a couple of Robitussin, play some Halos. Really enjoy this.
And he always beat me because I did not get this analog stick idea.
What is this?
Where is
Sticky
mouse? How do shoot?
Number 3.
Wait a minute, I got a early Halo commercial, and I have given Halo crap about its portent and its pomposity when its commercials come out, like its live-action trailers. But hey,
ridiculous.
This was like what we were just barely out of the Ninties, and
this would be 2001.
I'm glad it went a different direction than the first Halo commercial.
When you are outnumbered, overpowered, and they've got you cornered, that's when you realize your last best hope is you.
Oh my god.
Halo, Combat Evolved.
Wow, I must be getting old because that really was unintelligible noise.
And
I completely forgot I had a subtitle to Combat
Evolved.
Yeah.
Combat Evolved. Now,
dumb.
we go to number 3.
Number
So I
3.
don't have any sound effects for this, which is weird.
Which is weird.
Yeah.
There's one of my this
Of course there's tons, but I almost think like
Super Mario 64.
it's not like there's like an elite group of podcasters, but I do think playing Mario sound effects are fucking hack.
I know, but
Like I hate using Mario 1 sound effects for anything. I hate all these references. What if Mario 1 were real? This is what a mushroom with legs would look like. Who fuck cares? Like I know this is the game that binds everybody my age together, but
well, this one is number 2.
wait, this is number 2?
This is number 3.
Number 3?
Mario 64.
Oh shit! My bad. Here, switch that, reverse it. Pretend I was talking about number 2. We will go back to number 3. Number 3.
It's Mario 64. This is a game so fucking good
One of the greatest things I've ever experienced.
that this really was. I can't even imagine this, like, if this were your first Nintendo system, I can't imagine how amazing this was, like, to see Mario 64. But you kids don't appreciate it like I did. Let me tell you why. The colors, children, the colors.
I hate to say it like that, but it's true.
It's true.
You can't.
Because, like, number 2, fucking clearly, you can guess what it is because you've read it. It's a week old. It's fucking Super Mario Brothers. But number 3, Super Mario 64, took everything number 2 did. And did it again. They made this brand new thing that didn't exist prior to this game, a 3D world that you played in and did shit in. And there were obviously 3D games before this. They don't matter. Yeah. They basically didn't fucking happen until this came along, set of an infrastructure, and every 3D game, that platformer that came after it, is trying to be like Mario 64. And some of them do it better, but this is the one that built it, and it's still fun today. I'll play this game 120 stars tomorrow.
Having played it to 120 stars recently, well, semi-recently, I don't know if there is a better 3D platformer.
It's fucking...
I'm not sure if there is one.
And I was thinking about the level design. The first level, it's basically just a hill.
Yeah.
It's so much fun. And then every level after that, there's the giant clock is so amazing.
And everything he can do.
Yeah, it was. They took a franchise that had just been flat, 2D, run left to right, and it was already really...
It had innovated every time, admittedly, but not like this.
And this, like, there was a world you could play in, and you could stand on top of the hill and look out over this entire world and play. And I just would stand on top of the hill in that first level and look at it. It's a screenshot I used in the article, and just look, and it's like, there's the world.
There's the world.
That blew my mind as a 15-year-old when I should have been getting into my angsty jade period. This game single-handedly kept me from being a Nirvana listening shithead. All of you here.
Kurt Cobain's suicide the year before. Oh, Date Master!
No, I'm not talking about...
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, you're right. No one listened to him after he killed himself.
My
bad. It didn't happen.
My bad. He's not Tupac. He didn't have a bunch of albums after that.
Oh, God, that song is on the radio right now. Which smells like Teen Spirit. Turn on the radio. It's on.
That was the sheep version. Wait, before you go on, I really would like you, while you're in this zone, to listen to this commercial, because the commercial is complete 90s hyperbole, but flashing images of Mario 64 at the same time, everything makes sense. I think it says, we don't live in a
two-dimensional world. We won't go in one direction or zigzag or zigzag. We will walk through walls. We will take a look around us. We will not be confined. We believe in the path of least limits.
We won't be told how to view the world.
We will experience true freedom. We will not compromise. We will live the game through our hands. We will be in control of something. We will change the system.
Change the system.
And it's you know, it's pappy, it's stupid, but like when they're showing these images, like, okay, here's Mario floating on air, here's him flying, here's him wall kicking, here's him like all shit you've never come close to seeing before. Every year he got a new hat. Yeah. And then he ran from left to right.
The thing is, this game is like the hyperbole. It completely lived up to everything that they... Like, no magazine could ever have oversold this game. Like, everyone was raving about it. And then when you played it, to go from 2D game, 16-bit, to this in one generation, it almost seems like there should have been something in between these two things. But there was. It was the Saturn. And now that I say it out loud...
I'm afraid there's not another dimension between 2 and 3 for...
No, I mean, like... For a game this good to be out on day one, there's usually it takes a while for a system to get its defining game, because they got to get a handle on it. They got to figure out, okay, what can we do with this? That's why the launch games are always kind of a barometer and a high watermark that you set that will inevitably be crossed. But Mario 64 never was crossed. It's the best game for the system forever.
Yeah.
And it's the most easily playable, easily jump into. Ocarina of Time's fine game for sure, but it's like, it aged worse than Mario 64 did.
Yeah, I never played Mario 64, so...
What?
I had an N64 and I never got...
God, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Never played it. I played Zelda and I was like, this is the best game ever. Fuck Mario. Mario's stupid. It's for babies. I'm not a baby. I don't want that.
The thing is, the other thing is that part of the reason I think Ocarina of Time is aged badly is because its gameplay is basically the same as the gameplay of all the Zeldas that come since.
Yeah, and it just looks awful.
Yeah.
So it just feels archaic.
I don't know why I never... Like, now I just feel stupid going back. Like, I guess I better play Mario 64.
I would be curious if it had the same effect on people, but no, I think honestly you won't like platformers in general if you've never played Mario 64, because they've been so shitty.
That's true, I don't like platformers in general.
Yeah, most people don't.
Unless they're 2D.
Like, it was a demanding game that was hard, but it was also fun, and it was just
It was challenging.
it was challenging without being cheap.
and
goals-
rewarding for.
And unlike Mario Galaxy, it gave you one world that you did a bunch of stuff in, so you developed a taste for that world. In Galaxy, it's like you're in and out, you're in and out, you're in and out. And I love Galaxy, both of them, but there's just that thing of it's
like,
so fleeting.
There's no power-ups for the most part.
Yeah, you get like a metal hat.
A metal hat and
and
a cap with wings.
A cap with wings on certain stages.
On certain stages.
But just that
stars.
that sensation of running around with that analog stick, seeing the Mario world so perfectly brought to life on their first try. This isn't like the third time and they got it right. They did it the first time. And it almost brings me to tears when I fucking think about it.
Incredible sense of freedom. Like before there were open world games, as we think of them now, it's just like, here's a great big open world. You can just run around, go nuts, jump around, kick things over, experiment.
And we would just play it. My friends and I would play it in a basement for hours, and not with no goal, and just like, hey, can we climb up there? Let's find out. And we passed the controller around for 30 minutes trying to figure out, can we jump on top of that? Yes, we can! Yay! And that's fucking.
On the second level, there's a Koopa shell. The Koopa shell has like almost no use in the whole game.
Yeah.
But it's awesome. Like every time you jump upon, you're riding a Koopa shell.
Oh yeah, and you slide around.
Yeah, you slide around. You can go up heights. You can go up slopes you couldn't get up before.
And it had little touches like first the soundtrack was exceptional. On top of that, but it had reactive music like Dire Docks, which is the third world. Certain levels, it plays this certain theme that plays. It's really really kind of easygoing water level music. And also, it's not a water level that sucks. It's actually a fun water level, which is hard to do.
Most fun water levels I can think of, and it's still pretty bad.
It's not.
Water level.
It's one of the worst in the game.
Only because you have to like go for coins to get oxygen and shit at some point. Are we boring everybody?
No.
40 minutes in.
But in other areas of the level, the music would actually change. It would add a little drum beat in the background. Like it would change the music depending on where in the level you were. That was a really cool effect. No one cares anymore.
I do.
Number two
is also a Super Mario Brothers.
Also,
game.
the first Super Mario Brothers, and
which I looked up.
Also, don't think it's technically a launch game.
It is technically a launch game.
Did it come out?
It came out like a couple months after
the
system.
No, only in New York.
Technically, that might be
Only in
correct.
New York?
New York had a limited launch in 1985 that did not include Super Mario Brothers. But when it was released nationwide in 1986, Super Mario Brothers was added to the launch lineup. So the full nationwide
It was
launch.
only released in New York with some shitty independent film?
Apparently it was debuted in New York in 85, and then Super Mario Brothers came out for the NES the NES debuted in August 85. Super Mario was October 85.
But again, only in New York. It was Nintendo of America, like, almost completely fronted that miniature launch in just a test market in New York. Go read Game Over, excellent book that I linked to in here. It's a very, very thorough history of Nintendo.
Well, I'm just going to recommend that you change your entry to Gyromite.
Jesus.
Yeah,
nobody gets that but you.
I really, the first,
shit,
like, I really
Gyromite.
wanted to play, like, you know what? I've never heard the first Mario Brothers commercial. None of us have. Well, one, because it doesn't exist, but then like the first Nintendo Deluxe set is advertising Gyromite and Duck Hunt,
which is what I got actually.
All right, be careful. Careful, you say Duck Hunt.
Duck Hunt.
There you go.
Duck Hunt.
Good.
But
Good,
Super
good.
Mario Brothers.
Gyromite and the cunt.
The
Duck Hunt.
Duck Hunt.
Careful.
He's a rapper.
Right.
Careful now. Super Mario Brothers. There's not really a whole lot to say, but it set the stage for why Mario 64 just blew my ass out of the water.
It's actually I take that back because playing Sonic 4 recently reminded me of this, and that there were, I would say, around a billion side scrollers. A billion?
Yes.
Am I right about that?
And they all
almost none of them required you to do anything but go right.
Yeah.
And Sonic and Mario, I think, were that weird exception.
Well, and Mario added like the idea of invisible blocks, warp zones, things you had to look for and do.
Which seems cheap, but what they wanted you to do was play around.
Yeah, they wanted you to play, and that I remember sitting down for the first time as like a 5 or 6 year old playing Super Mario Brothers, and I was playing Atari 2600 games up to that point, so I'm probably playing fucking Pac-Man and games with one screen.
These
and
were
that's
still
it.
this was shit that was still rumors until you yourself saw it.
Yeah.
You had to go look it up.
Like at this point, there were barely even magazines that talked about it, let alone fucking Game Facts and Cheap Planet. But but playing Super Mario Brothers was like the idea of power-ups and warp zones and continues and a recurring villain and a plot and like I don't know, just
water
all this
levels,
water level, all this stuff. And where's another hidden block? Where does this vine go? A star. What does that do? Oh, I'm invincible. I think I'm. I still fell on
the fireworks go off on every odd.
Yeah, like all this cool hidden shit, and then set the stage and template for video games practically for the next 6 years. Like every game that comes out that's a licensed anything is this 2D side scroller that basically plays like Mario. Every other game. I mean, it wasn't the first side scrolling game. I believe that was Defender. I'm not entirely sure, but
go both ways in Defender, right?
You could go left or right. But like, I mean, it sold 40 million copies. It was the #1 selling game of all time until what game took that title away?
Wait a minute, I think.
Yes. Wii Sports has outsold Super Mario Brothers, which kind of makes me want to die.
What about the next game? Can we move to number one?
Let's move on to number one.
Number 1
is Tetris. For the Game Boy, which
back then didn't exist on every platform, including lawnmowers.
I think only now has Tetris not been available for free on everything.
Yeah.
For when we were kids, I think like you'd get a PC and Tetris was installed,
Yeah.
right into fucking solitaire. But
It's
now
the communist way.
Well, that's
everyone gets it.
There's a long history of that.
Russia.
Which shit,
Everybody has Tetris. Only video game though.
the rights for Tetris were up in the air. I guess because long story short, the Soviet government owned it and then didn't exist.
Well, it was the whole story is very long.
Yeah, I
and
know it's very
interesting,
long.
and it's also in Game Over. But
it was part of the Soviet.
And it's something to do with
government owned
because
it and wasn't in a position to sue anybody come 1990.
Yeah, it was my memory of it, which should be fresher considering I mean I only touched on it barely in the entry, but it's like Nintendo needed a game to launch the Game Boy. They were going to put Super Mario Land in it.
That quote is great. By the way,
this other guy, Hank Rogers, was like, I just saw this game called Tetris. It's this line block clearing puzzle game. Let me get it for you. And his quote was, if you want to sell Game Boy to little boys, pack in Mario. If you want to sell Game Boy to everyone, pack in Tetris. And Nintendo believed in him on that. Nintendo of America president at the time, Minoru Arakawa, who made way later for Reggie. I think Iwata maybe at one point. But anyway, Reggie's now this guy. It was Reggie in the 80s, if you will. He then went and set about finding a way to get the license to get Tetris, but because it was in the USSR and like, what the fuck is a license? What in Soviet Russia, something licenses you.
Game licenses you.
Like they didn't have like a precedent for this kind of stuff. So when someone came asking like, who has the right to license this? I do. Shit, no, you don't.
Several other companies and territories, but we sell you for no rubles because it don't matter.
And it's like Tengen ended up getting it, and Spectrum Holobyte had it, and Nintendo had it. And it was
Microsoft had some stake in it for a while.
I don't know if they did or not. I don't think so, but fucking who knows? There's a whole chapter devoted just to Tetris in the book. In the book
it only finally went. Yeah, it only finally went in its rightful hand. Like the guy didn't get paid until like several years ago.
It was some creator? Soviet thing, like he made it so it's the property of the USSR.
He made it while working at a state institution.
Yeah, I think he finally holds the rights again.
Yes.
So,
which is why.
But I mean, it's the floodgates have been open. I mean, there's no getting the water back in now.
Yeah. A little bit, but then there's that one company that it's Tetris adjective and then Tetris noun, where Tetris splash and Tetris
and
fart.
it's very easy to go. Who
I would
fuck
totally
cares?
play Tetris
fart. So would I.
Fart.
So would I. That'd be the weirdest way to play. You'd have to do it with a fucking with a Seaman mic.
Yeah, I have to do it by shoving the Wii remote up your ass.
Probably with a balance board too.
When it registers significant movement,
Tetris.
you win.
Go play that commercial to break.
It's easy to because it is so commonplace and it's easy to make fun of now, but it's like as a launch game, what the fuck is better? It needed a D-pad and a button to rotate shit. And Nintendo sold Game Boys for the next 10 years off the back of this one game.
It's instantly accessible and it utilizes everything the Game Boy had going for it.
Yeah.
Mainly the connecting cable. It
used the link cable. It was a simple game. Didn't require a lot of fast movement. Like a lot of people would try to make games on Game Boy. That horrible screen prevented a lot of really good shit from ever existing on Game Boy. We still played it because there was nothing else. There was no other option.
Except the links.
Except the links and the Game Gear.
It was a while later.
Yeah, there was still a little bit of just Game Boy.
That's true.
But Super Mario Land was very good, but just fucking Tetris as a launch. It's the same way that Lumines is good for the PSP. Tetris can't be more perfect for Game Boy.
Yeah.
And there will never be, I think, a better, more suited launch game than Tetris was for the Game Boy. And I included.
Wait, let me play this commercial, and I want you to bring that up. Because that commercial you put in is fantastic.
That's what I was going to mention.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. It's Australian.
This is the U.S. one.
Wasn't humanly possible, but
They thought it wasn't humanly like at the time we were playing LED games.
Yeah, with
from
one frame
Tiger.
With one frame
that
of
if
animation.
you held in the sunlight, you could see every possible combination of gameplay.
It's like, oh, I just spoiled the whole game for myself.
Yeah,
basically, yeah.
Bagong. Yeah. Which by the way, I got to the kill screen on those games. Like, that's how much I played baseball and pinball by Tiger, those AA battery
played a lot of Castlevania
handheld
too.
games.
Kill screen. The only one I really strongly remember is the awful Double Dragon game.
Yeah,
that too. But that's why I love the opening. They thought it wasn't possible, because I felt like I was doing it for years. I didn't think it was possible.
wasn't humanly possible. But now you can have all the power and excitement of Nintendo right in the palm of your hand. Introducing...
This is also RoboCop firing a laser out of his wrist and then creating a guy in a denim open shirt holding a Game Boy.
It's portable, it's in stereo, and its games are interchangeable. Plus, Game Boy comes with the outrageous new game, Tetris. And for head-to-head competition, use the revolutionary video link and blow your opponent away. Game Boy, only from Nintendo.
He destroys his creator. Like the robot creates him so it can play video games against him, and then he kills the robot.
Oh, the irony.
But then the commercial I embedded in here was, I was trying to find a U.S. equivalent.
The U.S. equivalent doesn't have any, for this doesn't have any dialogue. It's a bunch of old people in offices, and you thought you were beyond games. It's a... But that's just so weird.
It's like it was marketed heavily to people who fly in planes and executives and adult men, like people who were previously like...
who don't need to have games marketed
at that point
now.
in 1989, games were for kids. They were unequivocally for kids. You could not even argue that they weren't, because they said on the box, like, fucking for children. Like, it was meant for kids. But then as the age group grew up, basically our specific generation grew up, they had to start adding fucking labels and ratings and whatever. But...
Oh, my goodness.
With Tetris, man. Tetris.
The Australian commercial you put in was, I think... I don't know. I'm sure it was idealistic of them to make this commercial, but it's pretty honest in hindsight.
Yeah, like
because the system was kind of everywhere.
It was. It was.
Well, it
was the DS of its day.
You may not remember this, but back in the day, they were so serious about marketing it to everybody, they actually built like a suite of productivity software for the Game Boy. That was like a PDA, like day planner software.
Yeah.
And shit.
Fuck, I bet those are worth
Nintendo
nothing.
Power was talking about those.
I do. I think they had like a very tiny sidebar.
And it's just funny. Like Nintendo was trying to do this 20 years ago, and finally got it to do it with the DS.
Like they're making a bunch of stupid peripherals and baby systems. Like the system launched with fucking Duck Hunt and Gyromite. They've always done this. Dickhead.
The difference is now they didn't launch with a real controller.
Quiz time.
Difference is you weren't paying attention 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Hold tight.
I was just going to ask you what an individual Tetris block is called.
Tetramino.
Yeah.
Tetramino? Well, they kind of coined Tetramino because of the game. And that's now a word, Tetramino, but Tetromino or Tetramino.
Oh my goodness!
Wait, didn't they call them tetrads at one point?
They did.
I feel like they did.
That's another word for it.
I remember there's as long as I'm getting into shitty old Nintendo Power references, there's that weird, like claymation comic with Howard and Nestor where they refer to them as tetrads anyway.
I mentioned that in the article. It was a 16-page story on Tetris.
Wow.
Yeah. 16 pages of fucking Tetris! That's how big this game was. It was so ravenous for information.
Let me get this out of the way. The Australian...
We're going to have a problem over the weekend?
Yes, cracked 40,000.
40,000? That's a company record, isn't it?
I think so.
Play some real power games with a new Nintendo Game Boy. There's a mind-bending Tetris game cartridge included, and a whole range of other powerful games to collect.
Crikey!
You see, when you started playing that, for whatever reason, I just envisioned the actors as like both dressed as Crocodile Dundee in like a shack by a swamp. So
yes, they were all wearing a bandolier with teeth in
and
them.
a giant boot.
That's a company racket.
Ah, you call that a score? This is a score.
You call that a Tetramino?
Wow.
All right, we
That's
should get done. Wow, an hour on the top 7. Everybody hates us.
Well, they were all
done.
good games. So
They were all
And
good
we
games.
talked about Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah.
That happened too. And taking us out right now. Well, when we go into break, it's a song from Sarcastic Gamer. Hopefully, it's been long enough for them not to want to sue us or anything. Because whatever. It's by Jeremy, Doc Adams, and Dave. I Live with Monk. Catherine. It's I Hate This. It's an Eminem parody involving the Wii. Very apt to what we used to bitch about way too much, but it's still sort of apt. But by Michael Rapar's request, we're going to go out today with the Tail song we missed last week.
Oh, I see.
Which Michael said was symbolic of his entire life, I believe.
Symbolic of his crush on Sonic.
The crush on Sonic.
Oh, my God.
Too. Michael likes blue things.
I can't believe it.
When all alone in my bed, I just go about yearning. I wanna be cool. I also wanna be like him, but that's not something I can do so easily. This is not simply my way, my style. Gotta get a hold of my life. I wanna fly high so I can reach the highest of all the heavens. Somebody will be waiting for me, so I have gotta fly higher.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is your WWE diva and Playboy cover girl, Ashley. Go to WWE.com. Check out the revealing interviews on GameRaiders.com. Check out GamesRadar.com. GamesRadar.com.
Hi, I hate this. Wii. I hate this. Wii. I hate this. Nintendo. Hi, I hate this. Wii. I hate this. Wii. I hate this. Nintendo. Hi, I hate this. Wii. I hate this. Wii. I hate this. Nintendo. Hi, excuse me. Can I have the attention of all gamers for a few seconds? Hi, kids. Do you like cartoon games? Want to play on a system that doesn't do HD and the graphics are lame? No. Want to drop a few $100 on something you'll play for a month? Till you realize Wii Sports is only fun when you're drunk? Then there's the Miis you can make with your Wii, but they don't do anything as far as I can see. Then the press says
Nintendo Wiis are selling like crack.
But that's because it's a cheap PS2 dressed up like a Mac. The VC games they sell are expensive as hell, and you probably finished them 10 years ago, but oh well. Third-party support, to say the least, it's a bummer. Ever heard of a good game on Wii that didn't have an Italian plumber?
It's a me, Mario!
Sure, it's a cool system if you like to Wii bowl, but fighting games and shooters have crap for controls. I played Mortal Kombat with my arms flailing around, and within a few minutes, I knocked myself out.
Ouch!
Hi, I hate this.
Wii!
I hate this.
Wii!
I hate this.
Nintendo!
Hi, I hate this.
Wii!
I hate this.
Wii!
I hate this.
Nintendo! This inflammatory song was brought to you by SarcasticGamer.com.
TalkRadar, bitches.
All of a sudden, I could feel 100% evil come over me.
I'm going to GamesRadar.com, the official website of the internet.
Can you dig it?
Mr. Elson was kind enough to come back from his vacation.
Yeah, I am technically on vacation.
With red hair.
I do have red hair.
Mm-hmm.
He changed the color of it a little.
And cut a lot of it off.
Little Orphan Elston.
Yeah. Orphans have money for
that's funny.
But
it's because they're all on welfare. We need to cut their benefits now.
I imagine it'll be seen on the
cut their benefits, not their hair. Cut their benefits, not. Sorry.
Imagine meant to chime in.
Kill orphans.
We'll see some of it. We're going to try to have a live stream of the 24-hour marathon the whole time.
You're going to see us.
Oh my god, this beer tastes like the inside of a pipe.
This is the beer from last week. It's a little fierce.
It's left over, and Chris told me, like, watch out for the black cans.
Yeah,
those are rough. Those are like, and I'm like looking at it, and there's sap.
It's tar. It's delicious. It's delicious.
Yeah, it's like if you could combine Guinness and roofing tar, that's what this would be.
If I could bite into a maple tree and just suck from its teats.
Mm-hmm. Well,
would be
yeah, it
what
is
this
a
beer is.
This really like slow creeping aftertaste of maple syrup. It's weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you again to Mike, aka 435, for supplying us with all this beer.
Super cool.
For leaving it with me, even though he totally didn't have to.
What a sweet boy.
Yeah.
I'm almost hammered. We have to get this going. Tyler, I believe you know you owe everybody.
I think it's going.
You owe everybody an explanation for the entrance music for this segment.
Oh,
what the fuck is this? What is your game music of the day for
Wednesday?
on Wednesday?
Is Chessmaster is the headlining track. Chessmaster for the SNES.
Right.
Seriously?
He said he had to do research. Like, is there something wrong with the song?
I couldn't figure out if I had a corrupted ROM or not. Keep playing it.
It sounds like Jerry Seinfeld just got home, and George Costanza is playing a MIDI trumpet.
But someone slowed it down 800%, like Bieber. It's terrible.
What did you say at the end? It gets really conceptual.
Yeah, it's very conceptual. I said, wait for it though.
I don't want to.
No.
I gotta soak this up.
Let's get into the good part. It's almost there.
Keep coming.
Wait. Yeah. Break it down.
Well, I guess, this leads us into our next big segment of segment 2, which would be chess music, which is sort of a TalkRadar exclusive.
I've been doing
no new releases?
We'll get there.
All right.
I've been doing game music of the day 3 days in a row now because Brett's been on vacation and nobody likes doing it.
It's so easy.
Because if you don't have anything in mind,
if you don't have anything else to do,
it seems like shit. Now I have to think of something.
Let's not argue.
But
I had a terrible life bars feature that had to be done.
Yeah. I haven't had any trouble thinking of things. I've done some good ones. Red Alert.
Monday you spent all day on game music of the day.
I did not.
Maybe.
I saw one went up at 8 o'clock at night, and I was like...
That was last night. That was Galcon Fusion, which is great music. But this one, I discovered like the Chessmaster song, and I remember it, and I've forgotten how bad it was. I think, fuck. I described it as someone humming randomly with their head in a pipe of PVC tubing.
Sounds like a farting trombone.
A fart bone.
And it's terrible, but I just wanted to use it to jump off and just do themes from chess
which is a TalkRadar exclusive.
I did play a lot of the software toolworks Star Wars chess.
Oh yeah, on Sega CD.
Sega CD.
Yeah, I looked at that one. I didn't use it because it was repurposed Star Wars
it's just
music.
Star Wars music.
But I did. I think it's funny because a lot of chess don't have
Doesn't even
any
need
music.
Yeah.
Because the last thing you want to do while concentrating on a chess match is have annoying
is
music.
this.
And you can choose to have that music play all the time.
Who wouldn't want that? Who wouldn't want that?
Masochist.
But
the mother of whoever wrote it.
I discovered so much while researching this. I found GM Chess with a great song, which is
General Motors Chess.
I know. I think it's supposed to stand for Grandmaster.
It's on the what system?
It's on the It's on an Amstrad computer, and that was an early British electronics company.
So just add an oi at the end of every note.
That made that, as I said, made building computers since the word was invented. It's an ancient company, but I love the song.
This is. Oh wait, this is the one.
And it's so sad in a weird way.
That's nice. I love it.
Oh wait till it gets to it.
I'm already on board.
Well, why does chess have to? Doesn't need to merit medieval.
They always use medieval stuff, and I get that it's like you've got your knight.
I know that, but my biggest familiarity is searching for Bobby Fischer with Samuel L. Jackson. Can't we have some new music?
No, but the GM Chess song is by far my favorite.
That was pretty good.
And that was only part of it. It goes. But I also included.
That's pretty nuts.
It's really melancholy, which I thought, is there something sad about chess? Because a lot of these songs were very looking out a rain-streaked window.
But Melancholy is my favorite Mega Man X villain.
Wait, who?
No, it's okay. It was a bad joke.
Melancholy.
I get it. No.
I got it, because the Mavericks were animals.
I have two things. that I want you to play from Battle. Play the theme from Battle Chess, which is also, I feel, kind of a sad song.
It is very sad.
Medieval, but it's...
Some of you will come back. Some of you will not. But know that you died for a greater cause. Yes!
You know. And then, like, I think that's great. You know, it's really cool. And Battle Chess, I didn't realize how influential it was.
Yeah.
Just the idea of chess figures coming to life and being animated. It was the first time that was done.
Really?
And it was referenced in films.
For a certain period of time, that was like the most awesome PC game in existence.
Yeah, it
Partly
was.
because it was really gory for its time. Because, I mean...
Oh, that's right. They actually took axes to folk.
Yeah, you'd have the fights and, like, the knights would, like, slice off each other's limbs and there'd be blood.
Yeah, but you know, like the chess in Harry Potter, people have said, well, that was influenced by Battle Chess.
Right.
And
what about this new Battle...
J.K. Rowling's such a big gamer, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, what about this new Battle versus Chess that Matt Keast wrote a preview for?
I didn't see that.
With a very attractive lady in there.
I love this. Have you guys seen this? This is from Wikipedia. Battle Chess was featured in the 1992 film Night Moves, starring Christopher Lambert and Diane Lane about a chess grandmaster who's accused of several murders. So I've totally seen that fucking movie.
Have you?
Yeah,
I know the song.
Ridiculous.
Night We'll get sued. Can't do it.
But yeah, Wikipedia.
The menu music.
They'll make you put a radio in your head.
The menu music.
But yeah, that's the thing. The
Or your
menu
phone,
music, and I don't know if it's supposed to be music, because there are little, like, cherubs holding up the menu and flapping their wings. Maybe it's supposed to be the... I don't know.
Because it sounds like somebody cleaning up after the game.
Listen to the menu music. This is it.
You want it to get better, but it doesn't.
This is all it does.
That's got to be.
It's supposed to be the flapping wings on the NES.
Yeah, that's got to be the flapping.
It
of the
must
wings.
be. But
You could build off of this though.
It encourages you to choose your options quickly. Because imagine that, but much louder.
I have another chess game.
Can I hear some Chessmaster again, real quick?
Which one?
Yeah, I want to hear
The
some
original.
Chessmaster. SNES.
No, the Chessmaster.
Oh.
No.
This is Super Nintendo? I thought
It's the wackiest out of the Old West.
This is Super Nintendo.
Ever played chess on a unicycle?
If you let it keep going, though.
It's like shitty...
If you, like, start in the middle somewhere.
Shitty, like, bar band jazz.
They add in a little, like, high-octave piano.
It's like you dropped every note in Mario Paint on the track at once and just let it
Like
go.
several airplanes and cats.
Just fucking Game Boys everywhere.
It's just like this, like I can't even. I don't know who the composer was, but I would feel bad calling him a composer. You can't compose random notes.
The game's one programmer.
I just never felt like a song in Game Music of the Day was a rough draft.
Yeah.
Fuck.
This is, what can you do with the music? This.
No,
Don't do anything else.
Like,
Don't do anything else.
there are
Beautiful.
friends who I know would like
Anything else would overshadow the chess.
making stupid songs, and then just like, dude, here, listen to this, and yeah, really cool.
It is the sound knights make when they clash.
But another one I gave you was a Genesis game.
Oh,
very obscure Genesis game, just called Chess. Not to be confused with Sega Chess, which was for the Master System. But this was a Genesis game. Like the credits, they all have Russian names, so that's why I have no idea who the
Serious
developers
chess.
are.
Oh, is this?
It's a Russian developer, just called Chess for the Genesis. I love the song. Just wait for it.
I like where this is going. Yeah.
It should be an awesome
Then it
platform.
somehow became an AFI song in there somewhere.
Yeah, but there's absolutely no reason for this to be a chess game. Yeah. I think it's a cool song, but...
Well, that's pretty nice.
And it gets a little crazier
Yeah.
later.
They skip towards the end there, Chris, with that one.
Whoa!
Well, bam! Whack! Super horn!
Shit
I want everyone to know I'm appreciating this in a way that none of you
Too many
out-
chess songs going.
No,
at
it's
once.
an awesome Genesis song. Like
I'm appreciating this in
I
a
don't
way
even know why you threw this.
no one else will.
You threw this one in because it was awesome.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, the point of this wasn't to just showcase bad songs, even though most of them are kind of bad, but I thought that one was really good. And then the last one I chose is the absolute best, and it's not from a chess game.
I think that's going to make me laugh for the rest of my life.
It's a horrible song.
Every time I hear it,
Kramer!
It's awful. Which reminds me of my favorite part in Scott Pilgrim, which I won't ruin for you people who haven't seen it. But
oh yeah,
there is a reference that made me so happy.
Oh,
It was completely unexpected.
And they kept it going for like 3 minutes, and I was, thank God.
That was really good.
That thing we're not telling you about was so good.
When it happened, everyone laughs. Like, that's why it was.
Oh man, that's why you should go see the movie.
You should
right
go see
now.
the movie for that one thing. That
Don't wait for DVD. It needs you now.
It needs you. This validation of your childhood and teenage years. Anyone
You've
reference?
already seen Eat, Pray, Love. Scott
You
Pilgrim.
need to go tell Hollywood that nerds are a viable demographic.
Because we'll get cooler movies if
I
they...
know you can just pirate it. Don't do that.
This is the one movie.
Once.
The one movie. Don't pirate. Pirate
Guys,
everything else. That's
But
fine.
guys, come on, chess.
Chess. You're right. You're
Chess
right.
game.
You're right.
And
chess.
this-
Bring
the
me back
last
down.
one-
Bring me back down.
Chess.
The last one
So,
I included
Tell me
It's
about
not
this
chess.
in Game Music of the Day. It's not a chess game. I'm sorry.
Oh,
It's a mahjong game.
Mahjong's
For-
like space chess.
But what I loved is that I downloaded an emulator not knowing what it was, and it was called MSX. And I was like, what the fuck's an MSX?
Oh yeah.
It's
a system.
An
Metal
old-ass
Gear
computer
premiered there, right?
that
Metal Gear debuted.
was basically invented by the president of Microsoft Japan.
Huh.
And even though he worked for Microsoft, and this was his idea, the MSX, he wanted to standardize computing. Never came out in the U.S. It came out in Europe, but no one really gave a shit. And it was big in Japan, and Konami and all these...
There's a
That's
bunch
what they
of
started
Castlevania
with.
games on.
They made MSX games, and I had no idea, but I downloaded this emulator, and I'm like, what's let's see, what is it called? It was like A-grade Mahjong.
A-class
or
Mahjong?
A-class Mahjong. And I was like, okay, this looks cool, whatever. It's all in Japanese, but is there music? And, like, the background music I was enthralled with.
Very good.
Mahjong madness.
Woo, woo, woo. It's a lot of effort for Mahjong.
It is. There were 4 different background music selections.
This. I'm identifying with this in a very specific way because
What's that, Elston?
back in the day when my friend
Sure.
Creative Assassin and I were cataloging all of our NES music and going through and ripping all the emulators and grabbing all the NES music we could, we found a ton of stuff like this where it was like the title screen to some shitty game you would never play, and the music, like just the title screen is really good. So there's a ton of NES music that does this same thing where it's a completely innocuous title. But then when you play it, like I did a game music today on Golf Power.
Golf? I was going to tell you that. I thought you were mad.
Golf Power is one of the game music of the day. Please, everyone, go listen to those 2 songs. Just
Power is
Google
great.
game
So
music.
good.
Just Google game music Golf Power. I swear we're the first result for that. And it's just it's only 2 songs in the game, and it's like, yeah, some shitty golf game for NES. Some guy like it's that same melancholy, like sad.
Yeah.
Where was this guy in his head when he wrote these songs for a
Exactly.
golf game that he probably got paid $100 to do?
Like, the GM Chess one, which was the second one I mentioned after Chess Master for Amstrad, it's like, it's so melancholy and, like, lovely.
I think we're discovering something about VGM composers
Yeah,
in the
they're
80s
kind of
that all
sad.
fucking want to kill themselves.
And it's...
If you're not Koji Kondo or David Wise,
Let's just keep talking while you play the GM Chess one again. I love it so much.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah.
That Genesis hi-hat.
This is NES
All right, no, but
music.
seriously, we have new releases this week.
That's
Jesus
stupid.
Christ.
Let's
Jesus
talk about
Christ.
old chess games.
No, new releases.
Fine.
There's a Top Gun coming out for something.
God damn it.
No?
Yeah, PSN.
I haven't seen it. Lara Croft and the Guardian
on.
of Light
Oh, was
Fantastic
that?
little game.
is a great
I think
game.
it's great. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. downloading the shit out of
the
that.
XBLA summer lineup is so amazing this year that I can't even handle it.
I'm starting to wonder about because I've had more fun with most XBLA titles than I have.
And I haven't jumped on what's it called, Limbo yet, but I want to.
Limbo's good
and
stuff.
I want to get on some. Well, all of it. What was the other
Man,
one?
I hate the new Metacritic. They purposely, you have to dig 3 links down to get to the actual list of reviews.
Penis.
Yeah.
Only the top highest reviews show on the game's page.
they're Rotten Tomatoes now.
That's terrible. Lara Croft Guardian of Light is an 89 average
good
at the
shit.
moment. Matt Keast reviewed it for us. What did he give it?
Matt loves his Tomb Raider.
He
To
does
me, it's
love
what a
his-
Tomb Raider should be.
He was
though.
actually uncomfortable with.
He gave it a 9. Wow.
Yeah, he was uncomfortable with what it was, just because he loves the old Tomb Raider.
Yeah, he does. He really does.
But for me, it was really fucking fun.
But to me, it's a better Tomb Raider.
And
Like,
I may have
should
said
be.
this before. It is the perfect game to get your girlfriend or wife or whatever into gaming.
Dog.
An enormous sense
No.
of accomplishment.
Because here's the thing.
That's
it's like
Lego
you're-
Harry Potter.
You're
but-
playing it with them, and you're working together with these complementary abilities. But at the same time, you can, protect them. You can help them learn. It's a
Like a
very
child.
friendly, easy way to just sort of ease into gaming.
I had a great time when I played it, and I had to be walked through the first time I did it. And after that, it's all good.
Yeah.
Was what's the other guy's name?
Guardian of Light?
Totek.
Totek. He's got it. Does he have the grapple line, or does Laura have the grapple line?
Laura has the grapple line.
Laura has the grapple line. He
Totek has spears. Yeah.
So spears can help you reach heights vertically,
Yeah.
and grapple can save anybody's ass.
And even though he's like a prehistoric Mayan warrior who's been in suspended animation for centuries,
Speaks perfect English?
He speaks perfect English and has no problem using guns or explosives.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever. He's ready to solve the problem of the idiotic temple before him.
He was destined to.
I had a great time with. I had a great time with that, and good for Square Enix. Oh, so weird.
Yeah, Square
So
Enix.
Yeah, good thing they at least had one critical hit this week.
Kane and Lynch 2. How is that doing? Doggy Day.
It's got a.
Last I looked, it was 64.
It's at a 64 right now.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
So what? Everybody should be fired?
I guess. Yeah.
An average amount of reviewers should be fired.
I gave it a 7.
Ooh, just saved your job.
Yeah, it might have been a little too high. I think I was kind of struggling at the last minute, and it was sort of saved by the multiplayer. That for all the problems with the actual players in multiplayer shooting me in the back at the last second, it's actually really fun when it works and when you're not playing with assholes.
I disagree.
If we did get incremental with their scores, I feel like a 6.5 is what you would have given it.
Yeah, that's about right.
Based on reading your review
only
and-
having played the multiplayer, and we encourage you to be assholes and turn on one another. Like,
Boy,
it doesn't sound fun at all.
that sounds fun.
And what you described of I did really well, got all the loot, and was shot in the back.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I think
Next
it
to the
works
getaway car.
if somebody decides to turn traitor close to the end, and it's like, okay, there's a couple guys in front of me. I'm just going to start spraying them with gunfire, and it's like they have a couple seconds to realize what's going on and fight back. But what always happened to me is that there'd be some asshole camping by the end point, and then he'd wait for me to just sprint, and then I would be within a few steps of the exit, and bam, and I'd be dead.
Almost all of the original modes in the Fragile Alliance are based off of people given an incentive to turn on you.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't see how the exploits people learn.
Yeah.
I can't see that being fun.
Well, the thing is, it's like once you turn on somebody, you're labeled as a traitor, and then other people get a reward for killing you.
Yeah.
Which is why people wait until the very last second to turn a traitor.
It's that's supposed to balance it out, but hey, if I wait till the last second.
And then it's like, oh, you can respawn at the cop as a cop afterward and kill the person who killed you. But guess what?
Not
if
if
they
the
killed
game's
you,
over.
near the end of the level, you're done.
You're done. You don't have any money.
Exactly. You don't have any money. You can't
reap-
buy any guns in the next round.
You reap no rewards.
Right. And that part kind of sucked. But
Basically, trying to play the
but-
game like you're supposed to
yeah,
sucks.
when people aren't being chodes, it's actually a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But
Maybe playing with
it's
your friend.
asking you to do bad things.
See, I'm gonna put forth an edict now, asking everybody, if you're gonna turn traitor, wait until after the first round, when people have had a chance to get some money and buy some decent guns. Then it's fine. Then it's not as irritating.
Yeah.
Again, this can't work. This cannot work.
You're
Like
probably right,
everything I looked at, like it seemed like that looks fun
Yeah.
that looks nice on paper. It
think
can't
it-
work in reality.
So is this the end of this franchise? Like, can this be
No.
it? Like,
I bet it'll sell like crazy.
Really?
There's still
In
a
spite
movie
of all
going
this.
forward.
Yeah,
the
there's a
movie doesn't matter though. Like,
Absolutely, it does.
The movie's
The
not
movie-
going to spur further game sales.
Yes, it is. The movie will fuel.
No, it won't.
Yes, it will. The
It'll
movie will fuel
Because the
future
movie
game
has fucking
releases.
Bruce Willis and Jamie
That
Foxx.
doesn't
Those are
matter.
two makeable
Yes, it
stars.
does.
Doesn't
What are you
matter.
going to sit there on top of your mountain while your world crumbles?
Look, this is a game that
doesn't
is
matter.
You know,
Yes,
several,
it
several
does.
comments.
The world at large has no idea what Kane Lynch is.
Several commenters
And they
point
will
out
after the movie.
this game is
A
being
percentage of those people will know that it was ever a game.
Stop.
This game is being talked up like crazy in
I'm sure it is.
newspapers and mainstream media outlets because mainstream journalists get their hooks into it and they see like, oh my god, I haven't played a video game in 20 years and this one's so realistic and it's not kiddie at all. I've got to tell everyone about this. It's so awesome.
Even the ads on our site are like, it ain't
Yeah.
pretty.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. It's a deliberately ugly game, but it's this layer of ugliness that took a lot of work to create. And
Yeah, like an old VHS or something.
yeah,
like
and
that.
it's like YouTube like cell phone video, and you know it's actually really detailed underneath like all the grain filters and the weird lighting effects and everything. But you know that's probably the best part of the game right there. is-
And I love that. I feel like I love the trailers more than I would ever like the game because, like, looking at all that cool camera work that's like built into it is great. I think that
it's
looks
like,
super cool.
You know, maybe you don't like it, and that's
And that's
fine,
why I don't wanna play it.
But at least they took an interesting approach.
I know.
I mean, I
dislike
wish
it
I
if
wish
play
that
it.
hadn't carried over in the stupid mosaic censoring of when you blow someone's head off. It's like, oh, it's a mosaic now. Like, why would you do that? This is a
What?
fucking video game. You didn't know about that?
No. I
I
didn't
pointed
know about
that out in the review. That when you shoot someone point blank or close up in such a way that it would create a catastrophic head injury. There's just a mosaic blur that pops up over their face, like oh this was
Why?
censored by the police or something like that.
Oh.
Because it's supposed to be like
Told in flashback?
no, it's not told in flashback. It's basically just like somebody's following them around with a camcorder, but there's nobody there. But then they acknowledge the camera several times, so it's kind of really weird that way.
Because they didn't do that in the first one.
No, the first
They-
one was
they
just very
cursed a lot.
straightforward. Yeah, they cursed a lot. They curse a lot in this one too,
There's,
and it's just as just.
I don't know.
Did you say it's like?
really
Didn't you say it was
unappealing.
strangely like not violent for an M-rated game?
Yeah, it pulls its punches in weird places. Like, when you shoot someone, there's blood. Okay, there's a little bit of blood that spatters all over the wall. Fine, but yeah, it's like I've blown gigantic holes through heads in Manhunt and countless other games that didn't try this hard to be gritty and real as blood in your teeth. And then this one, violence? No, mosaic.
It
It doesn't make sense to me.
There's so many things unlikable about
And
this game.
the idea of like
Yeah.
it's like an underground video you found. Well, they wouldn't censor an underground
Yeah,
video.
exactly.
That's the whole point of those.
It's like if you retrieve this from a police evidence locker, maybe, but
Unless
I
you
don't know.
paid for a patch. What?
Yeah,
Imagine
that's-
that, the adults only patch.
that's one thing that it said. Like you can turn off the shaky cam, which is nice if you're trying to play split screen, which I did this weekend. But you can't turn off the mosaic filter.
What else came out this week, Chris?
That was about it.
The low end of that is Destructoid gave it a 10.
A 10? Oh, 1.
A
one,
one, yes,
a one.
1.0.
I can't wait till a celebrity
Good old
declares they're
Metacritic.
gay, so that when you say what else came out this week, I can make a joke.
Ricky Martin.
That wasn't this week.
Giant Bomb the second lowest. Gerstmann's still not liking it.
Oh,
That's a surprise. Well, the thing is,
Oh, that's awesome.
I looked at that today again, and I realized he gave the PS3 version a 6, like a 3 out of 5, and the 360 version a 2 out of 5. And the reason is apparently that he found like a bug that causes the game to hang for a few seconds on the 360 version.
Like where, though?
Like when you fire a shot or when you cause an explosion, things like that.
Kind of a problem.
It's a little weird, yeah.
It's problem.
Total problem. Total
big
Total
problem.
I don't know.
It's a
I-
parabellum.
I never actually ran into any weird bugs on the 360 other than the
No
usual.
parabolas.
Parabolas? No.
No Tool songs?
No Parabellum?
Parabolas?
No, that's it. That's all I got. That's all I got for Canon Lizzle Snitch.
Well, Dog, do you have news or game
I don't have
deals?
any news. I have a couple of jams.
Oh, there's Gamescom was going on.
That's true.
Mass Effect 2 for PS3.
Mass Effect 2 for PS3, which like somebody asked somebody at BioWare, what about Mass Effect 3? What do you think?
Shut up.
What do you think?
They're probably not doing that right.
Well,
they're done.
Mass Effect was an exclusive deal for 360 before EA bought the company, so it couldn't last forever.
Yeah, I had full.
I'm
faith.
glad.
I had full faith that this would happen.
I'm a little sad that PS3 owners don't get Mass Effect 1.
It's upsetting because I mentioned this on Twitter. Like, you can totally play Mass Effect 2 without having played the first one, and apparently the PS3 one will come bundled with some kind of primer.
Ooh.
Be it a disc that explains the story. It's going to have some extra mode that kind of brings you up to speed, but it really is like watching Empire without having seen Star Wars.
Yeah.
When it's like
maybe they should just release a Mass Effect 1 and 2 double pack.
They should. I really think they should. The problem is Mass Effect 2 fixes so many of the problems with 1. It's like one to me at this point has some kind of unforgivable problems that make a 10 a 9. Like it's just such
Maybe the council can kiss my ass.
That's fine, but it's just the inventory and the Mako, just little things. I mean, they're not unforgivable. I'm just being harsh, but they're setbacks for sure. But it's the same thing like when Darth Vader walks out in Empire. If you haven't seen Star Wars, you don't get the same impact of, oh, fuck, that's Darth Vader. The first time you see him in Empire when he walks out of the snow and you see him, you're like, well, that must be the bad guy. Just same thing with 2. When you finally get some revelations about the villains you're after, who are the collectors, when you find out who they are.
I have the music for that. I want you to talk over it.
Okay. And when you walk up and throw your first bowling ball down to Hoth.
Right, bad idea.
From orbit. What a crater it makes.
Oh, man, through that atmosphere, flames are already there.
The first bowling ball is away.
Oh, man.
God, really? I was really hoping
there you
some
go.
kind of
You got to chuckle.
I'm
thankful for it.
When I try, no one cares.
Go for it. Gamescom Resistance 3.
No one cares.
Yeah,
announced.
Who cares?
Well, I think several million people care.
Oh, those people.
I think
the game. I like the Resistance game. And I like the trailer.
I tried to get through 2, and I got so bored, I quit. I don't quit. I beat every game I play, and I quit playing that.
I've quit it several times.
Like, I was like, uncontrollable yawning.
New Ratchet and Clank.
That's cool.
exciting.
That's cool. 4-player co-op.
What's it called? 4 on the...
All for one?
It's not a dick pun.
Oh, or one.
Oh, you're
What?
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Foreplay would have been
How
a better
about
one.
4 cocks in your face? Ratchet and Clank.
What about foreplay?
What about
4-player
foreplay?
worked really
Crack
well.
in time.
What about 4
Tools of
fours on the
Destruction?
floor? Going commando. They're all referencing a dick somehow.
What about like 4 penises
Okay, what is Crack
touching
in
each
time
other?
referencing?
a butt?
That's not a dick.
Fine. I have been Raparez. You got me. They're not all of them.
Yes,
have been
I win in your face.
All right, I gave you the noise. I don't understand.
Hey, don't get ahead of yourself. Dicks going butts.
Not in this state, they don't.
That's right.
No.
Anybody listen to this in massive
No,
statute?
judges have ruled that the dicks going into butts have to be suspended
That is
for now.
okay. No, we're in a post-Prop 8 state.
And we
Cool.
broadcast to Mississippi. Who don't cotton
Don't
to that kind of stuff.
They do not cotton.
They do not cotton to that.
Suda51 is making a new game for XBLA.
Who's
PSN.
that?
That's the crazy dude who
No More Heroes.
CEO
I
of
see.
Grasshopper
Oh, good,
Manufacturer. No More Heroes.
Grasshopper folk.
Killer 7. If you played that on the GameCube or
Oh,
the
dig 'em, dig 'em.
PS2.
What's he doing? A new game for which systems?
He's doing a new side-scrolling shooter for XBLA and PSN.
Yum.
So this is like the first like HD Suda51 game we're gonna get. Like
They're remaking the first
Ever.
No More Heroes, aren't they?
Well, I mean,
I didn't hear about that.
well, they're releasing
They've
them
been talking about that for a while.
No, they are. They're
PS3
on
360.
PlayStation, Xbox, but as of now, I think they're only coming to Europe.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's not Japan and Europe. Are they only
Lame.
confirmed?
Weird. I don't know if it's Sign Mora or
Again,
the
I was
Japanese
wrong about the Scott
pronunciation.
Pilgrim game shit last week. There is no online co-op,
Yeah,
Well,
that's
that's
kind of a
stupid.
problem.
which I thought was just a given. Like I played co-op in person. I can't imagine why they couldn't do that.
Yeah,
online.
that's a baffling problem with what is otherwise a fantastic game.
No online co-op.
No online co-op.
That is very strange.
But this game could be C-named.
Oh, it's No More Heroes Paradise, which is the PS3 360 version. It's already out in Japan. You keep talking while I read
US
about
states. That's okay. What's some more Gamescom?
They have no US release date.
There's a bunch of Nintendo dates were announced.
Oh yeah, Kirby's in October. Donkey Kong Country
is like several weeks later.
Donkey Kong Country is in November, November 21st, I think.
Yeah, either
Which
way,
is,
like
fun fact. I'm gonna go.
I put aside money for games, and like I need both of those games.
Oh yeah,
and if anything else comes out in the meantime, I'm going to have to sacrifice one of them because they're free. And I could not believe in this day and age, these beautiful screenshots we have. I looked at a full screenshot that we can't even display on our website of Kirby's Epic Yarn. It looks fucking terrible.
Really?
Yeah, like close up, like a 720p screenshot. Like, did you see, showed the Epic Mickey
How could
opening.
it be a 720p screenshot?
Because they can fake it.
They fake it a lot.
The Wii can't do 720p, but the development kits can.
Right.
But thanks for almost calling me on that, Tyler.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks so bad if you look at the raw screenshots. I'm
That's
so
sad.
fucking angry about it.
Well, I've played it. It looks great.
Well, you played it on the fly.
I played it. I played it with a keen eye of wanting to rip it a new one because everything Nintendo makes me mad.
No, it's not about ripping it a new one. I never thought I'd be mad. We're like, man, I wish this came to XBLA or PSN.
No, I thought it looked great.
I'm not saying it doesn't move
It
great.
could look better.
It could look better. And it should look better.
Of course it could.
But it's one of those games that should look better. It should look better.
It looks fucking fine to me. Like, it looks great. The
All
whole
right.
time I was
All
playing
right.
it, I was like, this is colorful and pretty.
There's
Like,
some
all right.
news.
All right, you can take the boy out of Nintendo, but you
I
can't
should have
take
fucked
Nintendo out of
50
the boy.
girls by now, but what the fuck? I don't care about what I haven't
Dude,
done.
I fucked 20 million
Again,
girls.
that is a brilliant analogy. It completely refutes what I said about Kirby looking like shit.
It doesn't look like shit.
But hey, guys, Real-Time World
It looks
is
like it
shutting down.
fucked a billion girls.
I'll tell you what you didn't do. You didn't play it on a TV. You played it on a TV less than half the size of the one you own.
Maybe? I don't remember the size of the TV.
I do. They're so small, and it was so depressing because it was just depressing because normally Nintendo lies about its screenshots. That Epic Mickey shit that comes out it will never look anything like that
Right,
ever.
it's true.
And they lie about it, and it looks great, and I can get excited, and I just put a raw Kirby screenshot in, and fuck.
All the screens we had from E3 were raw screenshots, and they all look fantastic.
You're wrong, but
you're right. The guy who's played it is wrong.
You're right. The guy who I didn't play it. Jesus. Fucking. Let's go into
Donkey Kong Country, by the way.
Let's go into nothing.
Which does look like shit, I'll say.
We have so much news.
But is somewhat more acceptable because it's not a 2D completely.
It
is
weird
2D.
It is completely 2D.
It is not whatever. All right.
It comes out. It comes out. There's a little bit of legacy here. It comes out on November 21st, which is the same date the DS came out in 2004. November 21st. Also, the original Donkey Kong Country came out in November of 1994, 10 years before the DS. See, 94, 04? I don't know.
I see that.
I'm enjoying this.
Well, before we move on, I just want to say that Real-Time Worlds is shutting down.
Oh,
you
yeah.
just bought APB, sorry. You, A, bought a crappy game, and B, aren't going to be able to play it anymore.
That was the larger
Can I
point.
still play Crackdown 1?
The larger point
I think you can.
The larger point I want to make was the original Donkey Kong Country came out on November 21st.
Yeah.
It's the same date as the original Donkey Kong Country. That's kind of neat.
That's
awesome.
Neat. That is cool.
But that is sad about Real-Time World.
That has to be some kind of record.
cares so much?
The window
that one you
between-
feign interest in?
The window between
It is, because
a
Crackdown
national
was
product
fun.
launch and the complete cessation of that product's functionality.
Yeah, like 3 weeks.
Not even I think Real-Time Worlds owes all those people fucking refunds because it's like you expect something to last more than a couple months.
Yeah, they sold a product on a promise. We will support this, and
They sounded so happy at E3. Things were going great. And they showed me the game, and I didn't like it, but I pretended to so I could talk to the
Overwhelmingly
developers.
negative.
It wasn't a fun game.
Yeah, the review on our
It's
site
not
gave
fun.
it. We gave
Not
it
just by Tyler though. Like people walked it like, holy shit!
supposed to be
I was looking very forward to that, and that was
We gave it a
Fucking
5.
awful.
It simply wasn't fun. They had a good idea, but it just
I
didn't
think
work.
Jim Sterling said it was less functional than GTA 3.
Yeah, it just wasn't fun. It was like I'm shooting at people. I don't know if the bullets are hitting them or not. All I know is I'm dead now, and I respawned somewhere, and now I have to do something else. I don't get it. It's not fun. And
unless anybody has any
hey.
more Gamescom news-ish?
Not Gamescom news. I don't have any.
Because I have fuckload, like a giant hella-sized community segment.
Well, Bioshock
Oh, but
Infinite was announced.
do you wanna
Oh
talk-
Jesus!
yeah.
I forgot about that because
my
we
goodness,
were gonna like
I wrote a whole feature on
we
that.
were
It
this
went up
close to
on
doing
Tuesday.
a separate fucking podcast just about that because it was so fucking exciting.
One of these days when we get our own room, we'll do that.
We might.
One of these
Again,
days.
I feel like that's my fault.
It's not your fault.
All right, thank you.
Before we talk about that,
Mm.
can we really quickly
Go
talk
for
about
it.
Peter Molyneux?
Oh yeah.
Because there's a TED Talk. I hope you all know what TED is. You should be walking.
TED is great.
That.
TED.
TED. I don't know what the fuck it stands
The
for.
airline?
No, it's a
No.
design computer graphics company. I remember
What
they
are you
gave this.
talking about? It's not a design computer graphics company.
Well, excuse the fuck out of me. You had a great intro prepared.
Well, I'm gonna
Moron, as Tyler looks up fucking Google.
Moron. No, I don't know. They do. You know,
Go ahead and say it without looking at an article.
I'm not looking.
Go ahead. What does Ted do? I'll say they did the effects in Benjamin Button.
And you'd be wrong.
What else? No, I'm right, but
TED. I'll tell you what they're. I'll have one.
will you tell me what they
Right?
did? Hold on. Will you put your screen down?
Yes.
Okay.
It is a conference of people talking about important ideas.
I see.
Yeah, that's all it is. That's all it is TED, ideas worth spreading.
Mm-hmm.
The point is, Molyneux finally showed more Milo at TED.
Oh,
And-
finally. We were all waiting for that.
Well, the thing is, like, he showed it 2 E3s ago
Right.
when Connect was Natal, and when we were all like, what the fuck is this?
Mhm.
And then he talked about it, but he never showed it again, and it's the kind of thing where it's like, yeah, it's Molyneux. He's probably forgotten that ever
Yeah.
existed. He probably said it was going to be the best thing ever
Mhm.
and gave him a raging boner, and now he doesn't give a shit because he's Molyneux, but he did show it again, and it still looked stupid. But it just made me want to start a little segment called Peter Molyneux Says Something Modest.
Here's something.
But here it
he
is.
says that isn't
Peter
modest.
Molyneux says something modest.
To create a character which seemed alive, which noticed me, that could look me in the eyes and feel real.
Jesus.
And that's it.
Molyneux, come on.
He says a lot of shit in the TED
like
thing.
Tyler
It's
had a
ridiculous.
feature go up called Molyneux and Molyneux, where he, in hindsight, retroactively takes back all the promises he's made.
Yeah.
But he's the king of doing that. And the only reason he gets away with it is because he's always like, it could have been better. I could have made it better. The game wasn't as good as it could have been.
He gets away with
But
it because he
this
has a
time-
British accent.
That's not true, but most people don't say the shortcomings of their games all the time.
Yeah.
And he's willing to call out specific aspects of his games and call them shit.
But like in this TED Talk, he goes on to say like, "This is a real child," and well, that was Scottish, but
It was.
he
It was a little
continues to
Scottish.
say like, "It's all, I'm going to tell you, it's all a trick. It's just tricks, but they work." And just like continues to go on like, "You can create Milo's brain. You're creating an individual person. It's all a trick, but you're creating a real
And he can grow up and have children and grow apples and have a dog.
Only if you decide not to include that feature.
And
you
now
just
I
told
want to
us
say,
was
and you
amazing.
can grow up and shoot it in a Gradius-style environment. That's all I want to do is shoot a brain. I don't want to create one. I want to shoot
Oh,
brains.
but the point of this whole thing is that watching it, Milo is now actually a game. There's points. He has a problem.
Jesus.
His parents are dicks,
care.
and you're his invisible friend. And it's still the most creepy thing I've ever seen.
Wow, it's like everything you just said makes it sound more like a pedophile's fantasy.
It is voyeuristic.
Oh my God.
Oh man,
It is
his parents are
weird.
dicks. They don't understand him.
And you follow him around and talk to him, and play with him, and it is creepy. It makes me uncomfortable just to watch. I'm uncomfortable.
If you buy Milo, you should go
Well,
on a
it's
watch
such
list.
a meta statement because which one is really imaginary?
Oh my god!
I don't like being around real kids. They make me uncomfortable. I don't know how to talk to them or interact with them.
Or sleep with them.
And or sleep with
Well,
them.
he does know how to sleep with them, to be fair.
I do.
Yeah.
But it makes me uncomfortable, just
I understand.
actual children. And then this is like a virtual child who you're following around and psychoanalyzing.
It's
I don't
dirty.
like it.
It's dirty.
It's weird.
Let's take it back. Let's take it, like, before we go into the next break, let's take it back to something we can all agree on.
What do we got?
Well, Elston's running back in the room. I was willing to do this without him.
Come on, Elston.
Oh, man. And then we
don't
have to
come
stop
one second.
talking just because he's coming in here.
Well, it's music related, and none of you guys won't pretend to give a shit enough.
I'll pretend to give a shit.
You promise?
Yes.
All right.
I will.
Promises.
Yes.
Tyler, you
Pretend.
promise not to look at Reddit?
I'm not looking at Reddit. I'm looking at Twitter.
All right. The same amount of syllables.
I just heard a door open
Brett,
and
come back in or
close.
don't.
The door opened and closed, but then Brett's not here, so I don't know what
It doesn't
happened.
matter. He won't get half of this anyway.
All right. Go, shoot.
Somebody on the YouTubes, and OC Remix's Twitter turned me on to this, so follow
turned
the
me
OC
on,
Remix. And, now you get to walk in? Dude, put on your headphones, quickly. We're going into this fucking...
Hi.
I
was grabbing drinks and talking to Carolyn.
Fucking...
Busy.
This is by the Mighty Fat Man on YouTube. We've showcased stolen game music in the past.
Yes.
Have we not?
The Fat Man, the guy who did the music for Seventh Guest?
Probably not, Michael.
I think it is.
No. This is Pac-Man.
Never heard of it.
Pac-Man.
What is that?
Right. That's Pac-Man.
And then Led Zeppelin.
Uh-huh.
I discovered a Led Zeppelin song called Nobody's Fault But Mine. It's great. This whole YouTube video, he's just staring into the camera, like nodding. That's why the sounds so weird. But
Play the first one again?
well, the thing is, you won't get this until he plays them together.
Okay.
It should have been that one.
It sounded good. Wow.
Years earlier, together. That shit is fucking weird.
Well, that's more that they're complimentary. They don't really sound that much alike.
What are you fucking kidding? Every single cue in the song they take from Pac-Man.
Yeah, I hear it.
I hear it. I don't think it's as brazen as some of the other things we've heard.
All right. Well, with that fucking
no
letdown,
candy.
we'll go into break.
Well, what do you
Fuck it. Second segment.
Guys, I've got a great.
That one way up here.
I heard this great thing from Led Zeppelin that sounds just like Pac-Man. Do you guys want to hear later?
You shut up. You've been on fucking vacation.
I'll play it later.
I think we should just listen to chess.
Can you play some Chess Master
right now?
for me?
Yeah, can we hear something?
I want to
about
get
how
a little lead
the songs from ABBA's chess line up perfectly with Chess Master.
Here's what I'd like you to do. I'm going to put my headphones down, and the segment won't close until one of you comes over here, figures out a way to close out the segment, and shuts off the computer.
All right, here we go. Oh man, Chris just left. I'm looking at his computer, and God, I want to play some fucking.
Just go to Chess Master, man.
Wait, no, come on, man. Battle chess menu.
Rub your dick on it now.
I'm rubbing my
Put
dick.
that away.
Oh, man.
Put that away. Put that away.
No.
Dude, I don't know where he put all these sound effects. I don't know what are these.
Don't make me climb this table. I'll
God,
probably
look
put
a guy breathing in his own farts.
I don't know what this shit is.
I felt that one way up here.
I don't know what this is. Where's the song I want to play?
It says you have AIDS fingers now.
Well, bam.
I don't know.
It'll be one of the top ones. It'll be one of
But
these.
it's not. It's not on there. I can't find
Oh
it.
God, let me climb on this table.
Okay, I can't find it. Oh God.
Exclusive. No. Oh, where did you put? Did you reload the sound effects? Did you reload the sound effects? No. He couldn't have done that. It's got to be on here somewhere. It's got to be.
Gotta be.
Phone calls are ready. I guess he doesn't want us to. No, that the switcher isn't over on that.
I can't believe.
That's a phone call.
Hey, TalkRadar.
Forget
Which
it.
button dispense pellet?
Forget it.
No!
I don't
Forget
see-
you!
Alright, fine.
Fuck it, I refuse to forget it.
Hey, TalkRadar.
Come on, find that shit. It's not on there. Bong. What are these numbers?
It's right there.
That's the battle chest theme.
Oh, battle.
That's different. I like it though. I like it. Keep playing it. Okay.
That research me look on box back.
God damn it.
This segment is going on way too long.
That's not it.
I don't see the super NES at all.
It's not though. That's why. Wait, stop. Let's compete for the mouse. I'm gonna. No, I just do it. Alright, let's get it. Open from library. Wait, what the fuck is this?
Where is it?
This is your fault, Chris.
Wait. No, wait. I got it. Stop.
No.
Stop it.
Brett.
We're gonna do it the better way. Oh god.
No more.
We win.
Hey, this is Mike Nelson from rifftracks.com, and you're listening to TalkRadar.
You need a tattoo shop.
Tetris.
How do you even Tetris size?
Square, rectangle, trapezoid, tetrazoid. Nintendo introduces Tetris. Put a piece here, put a piece there. Use your thumbs, use your eyes. Find yourself Tetrasize. Now you're playing with power.
I'd buy that for $1.
Hey!
Yes?
You look like a real asshole!
Well, I am an extremely serious gamer.
He's completely devoid of humor. So what you doing?
Well, my level 80 guild and I were running off to complain about the journalistic credibility of Ars Technica's Naruto review on NeoGAF.
Wrong, Dick! You're listening to TalkRadar! Oh, I'm sorry! You thought you were funny? Well, guess the fuck what?
Amend your fucking review, shit dick. I swear to fucking Christ, I'll jump through that goddamn internet and kick you in the fucking throat.
We ain't no fucking magazine! We got the F word!
Fuck you, I thought it was funny.
Fuck you.
No, you two separate.
Let's fucking... We got hour-long stories about shitting!
Came out like a baby elephant. Didn't hurt a bit.
TalkRadar with a house at Abe Lincoln's bonus bill!
Call it the Kid Fuckers Hoagie.
Totally awesome video game! Man, does anybody want to listen to the rest of this motherfucking podcast?
Yeah!
TalkRadar segment 3.
What's bringing us in?
Well, now that we're not being paid to do this, excuse me, somebody future's being paid to do this. Black Keys, Strange Times. It's also in Grand Theft Auto 4. It's one of my favorite songs off the Radio Broker.
So true.
Black Keys.
These are such
strange times.
Did we just have a tiff?
I don't know what
over
to do.
finding music in the last segment.
I don't know if Chris can remember that long ago.
That's true. 'Cause I'm an incompetent drunk.
Funny jokes.
But I think we'll go into game deals instead of talking about that.
Do as I say. Save a little money for a rainy day.
Too true. I see Borderlands is $10 on Steam.
Oh, nice.
With the
That's
DLC 66, over 60% off at the moment.
Buy it.
You buy Metroid Other M at Amazon, you will get $20 future credit. You will also get $20 future credit from Halo Reach. God, I'm drunk from this stupid beer.
It is pretty stupid.
I know, it's retarded beer.
I'm waiting on my Other M from Nintendo so I can start reviewing the damn thing.
Oh man, life is hard for Elston.
It's going to be hard when I'm up all fucking night
guess what?
trying to review it.
Amazon, Okami, $14. We can finally recommend Okami again.
For which platform?
It's for Wii.
When someone sent me on Twitter, Count Fenring sent me, do you know what EVGA is?
Yes, but it's dead now.
It's no, because
it is. It's dead now. I checked on it.
He just said
Cyber.
He 2 hours ago said they're giving out free copies of Cryostasis to everyone for their 11th birthday. He said that 2 hours ago, and I don't know what Cryostasis is, but if you want a free copy, find a dead company named EVGA.
But the link is dead now, and you have to be a registered user. Anyway,
register
because Tyler doesn't trust me.
Okay, but he just told me, just told me.
I know.
You guys, come.
I know. We have to go home together, dickhead.
It's hard. It's hard being roommates when
I
we
guess
hate each
so.
other so much. I
Yeah.
get it.
You guys have got Michael all worked up over here.
I know.
No, I'm
all worked
I'm
up.
totally even paying attention.
Whatever
whatsoever.
review screens.
Look at him.
comparison Screens he has
Look
on
at Michael thinking about his beard.
Best Buy is Bayonetta and Sonic
about it a
All Stars
lot.
Racing for $20. Both great games.
All together?
They also have a bunch of buy two get one, buy two for $30. PS3 360 games. I don't want to bother naming them off, but there's a bunch of good ones.
Can you name any that are notable?
Ninja Gaiden Sigma and. I don't want to say Fracture, but Mirror's Edge is there. It's all multi-platform.
If you haven't
stuff.
played Mirror's Edge yet, you totally should.
You're
because
probably dumb.
One of these days, EA is going to announce a sequel, and we'll be happy.
Nope.
But they haven't yet.
Never will, I'll say.
They will! God damn it.
You have a lot more faith in EA than I do.
Her name is Faith.
They have to.
Bad Company 2.
Which we'll be playing in the 24-hour marathon.
That's true. $20
get
price drop at GameStop right now.
Nice.
So
I've
go
never
out and
played that, so you'll be kicking my ass.
We just started to play it, and I was very upset. I played it online.
Fucking hard.
And I checked my personal email, and my Xbox Live email said, "Welcome to Battlefield 2. Here's all the DLC." I was very upset by that. No other game I play on Xbox Live sends me spam email.
That's weird.
It is irritating.
Me and Chris were at home playing it and trying our best.
We did okay.
We did okay. When we switched to
achievements.
I gotta say, when we switched to the sniper rifle, we started getting more kills because people couldn't see us.
And once I got in tune with level, I was okay.
But fuck, it's hard. I don't know what I'm doing. People are killing me.
All right, get ready to murder Tyler Wilde.
Yeah.
I'm going to be completely a fucking undefended.
Game deals. Dell.com has a 250 gigabyte 360S. That's a slim or a new one with Modern Warfare 2 with 4,000 Microsoft points for only $329.
Wow, that's actually really great.
It's a good deal.
Get that.
Wow, that
It's
is
a good
really
deal.
good.
Kmart has a $20 gift card for people who buy Kane and Lynch 2, I'm guessing, until Saturday. And
So you can get Kane and Lynch 2 and a gun.
then Blue
A
Dragon,
$20 gun from Kmart.
Blue Dragon is $5
Yeah.
at buy.com, and we end Tech Game Deals.
Save a little money for a
I should say this before we get in the community segment. We were making fun of Nolan North, yelling at Nolan North last week.
Yeah, Mafia 2.
I have a secret friend who sends me who works in voice ADR, voice.
friend.
He works in voice recording over in the UK. I would love to name you. You have to come on and talk to us at some point. But this is regarding Nolan North arguing with himself. VAs are generally hired on an hourly rate with no sales royalties. Rates can go up insanely depending on the actor. NPCs are generally organized by type. Civ Male A is calm. Civ Male B is angry. The script lines are recorded in bulk per character. It's likely that the writers and session directors didn't catch on that Nolan was cast as two NPCs.
Wow.
Thing is, I've been playing Mafia 2, and that's one of the main problems I've noticed about it, is that it tends to repeat NPCs a lot. Like, there's this one redheaded woman who shows up in the beginning in one of the cutscenes, and then shows up several more times in other cutscenes, but I think it might be different characters. And then I see, like, 2 of her walking down the street at the same time, and they're just normal NPCs.
That's the thing I don't think people realize about GTA is that it's a difficult... You can't just do that without a very long-term commitment.
Mhm.
My friend who lived with me was a voice in GTA Vice City. Never played games in her life. How the fuck did she get... Like, I would die. I would kill somebody in this city to be a voice in a Grand Theft Auto.
Maybe you should have developed an acting career instead of a writing career.
She doesn't have an act. She's a waitress.
Maybe you should have been a waitress.
I am a waitress.
All actresses are waitresses.
I'll say because
Yeah,
she's
that's
a
true.
girl, she has a head start on you.
I guess.
Would you like to be in my game? Yes.
Like,
boobies.
what was our
That's
question?
what women
was our
say,
question of
right?
the week last week?
Question of the week last week was, what's your favorite sports game? Because we were all about the football last
Sports
week.
game.
That's a
because we
dumb
were ready for
question and a
football.
dumb podcast.
I can't.
Why did you talk about sports?
Because it was appropriate.
Fucking battle tanks. Chess is a sport. Calm down.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No,
It's a
they're
fucking
trying.
game.
They're trying to make people think it's a sport so they can get in the Olympics, but it's not.
I see. Tyler Wilde has spoken. Juice and Pancakes said Lee Carvello's putting challenge. I'll allow it. Yo-Yo Guy said NBA Street. Graboids said Amped.
Graboids, by the way, won our TalkRadar
He
Design
did.
the Ad contest.
You sure did.
We'll get that up
Gorgeous.
soon. We'll get an article.
It's on its way. I'm taking care of it. Don't worry.
Okay, good.
Default
Good.
said Tony Hawk and SSX, as did Asher. Amp10 said Street Fighter. What? It's a sport, and I don't disagree with them. It's sort of
It's
a
a
sports game.
blood sport.
Yeah, I guess it's a blood sport. I'll give
Like
you
that
a
movie.
comedy noise.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I like that noise.
John Dagger tried to justify Manhunt, which it's the first Manhunt is a sports game.
It's the most dangerous game.
It is the most. Oh, look at Tyler
If you
Wilde.
see it as a Running Man adaptation,
Man.
maybe.
That was
Referencing short stories always works.
Ridgely said Mega Man Soccer. Strangle Me said Blades of Steel. I can't believe I forgot that one because Blades of Steel I loved. But
Yeah.
part of it had to do with there was a fighting
the
game
fighting.
and Gradius in the fucking
Blade
in the game.
Real.
Read my shorts.
Okay,
Double bibble.
and then we got some complaints over new users this week. And I think it was because I read responses from only new users last week.
Yeah.
A lot of people signed on to be new users.
Well, this is a problem we had like a year or so ago.
This
It was
was-
clearly a ton of
this
alt
was
accounts with offensive names
This was
to be read.
completely outlandish, and it will hurt all of your feelings. If I read all of them, I'm not even sure if I'm going to. But I would. The only rule I'm going to stipulate at this point is I'm not going to read the responses of new users on their first post. Period. That's people were not happy because there was a lot of very profane new user stuff, and I'm personally omitting a lot of the stuff you said about Lizzie.
Yeah, there's a lot of Lizzie
You're
jokes.
free to go see it, but yeah,
GameStar.com/forums.
please leave Lizzie the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Like, don't.
Hey, she's actually
it was,
our
it was
friend,
funny the
guys.
first dozen or so times, but
She's a human being. Michael and I, on the other hand, are not.
This
You
is true.
cannot offend us.
no,
And
you can try.
we have new users: Sexual Predator, Stool Sample, Rev Effect, Planet of TDar Apes, Pulsating Pectoral Rape, another rape. Chris Antista is Fantista. Sure, Steroidal Soldier shot up my anus and gave my dysregenic defection. If this mic is still working, we're about to hear Brett Elston piss Antista. Reference to last week's weird experiment.
I see.
Chris Antista grooms little boys in a vortex of smut and sin. That is also a new user, which is why we can't keep reading. Hey, Chris, this 12-year-old's for you. That's also another one.
Oh, my God.
Chris and Tyler rimming Brett and Michael while fingering each other's assholes. Wow. That is also a new user on GamesRadar.com.
I saw him. His favorite sports game was Mario Kart.
That's really what you want your identity to be.
Yeah.
That was a crazy night, guys. That was crazy.
Axiom Wolf, who seems like a real person, said legitimately NASCAR Thunder 04, which made me laugh. I bet Michael has a big cock.
Probably true.
I'm waiting for a response. No?
Does that count as a response?
Well, which
Laughter?
Let's put it this way.
All right. Yes.
This way.
That is the sound of me whipping it out.
Yes.
I was hoping it would be Chessmaster. Apparently, it's been replaced.
DJ Bonus Beats, BJT 2010. Brett's got a baby dick.
That's not true.
Yep.
Well, do you mean my dick is the size of a baby, or I own a baby's dick that I cut off?
I thought it was pretty clear that you own a baby dick.
Yeah,
okay.
but you keep around your
that's
neck.
true.
Yeah.
I was defending my own dick.
I've seen it.
I've
seen your collection.
I very clearly have it on a stand at home.
We also have as a new user, roses are red, violets are pretty. Brett Elston stole my virginity.
I gave it back.
It almost rhymes. It almost rhymes.
Almost
Am I
does.
losing my voice? Chris Hantystone. Yeah. Spaghetti. Cormo Antista. Stellar 91. Who said is his favorite sports game some shitty Mattel LED
That's a
game.
Chris Hantori blade.
Cyclone 306. If Michael Raparez and Chris Antista had a child, it would be a great pizza critic. Don't encourage them. Don't encourage them. This I thought was a legitimate new user. Insert Pontista, Penis Colada, Charlie Fubar, and guess what? Oh my God, TalkRadar exclusive.
Better be good.
Chris Antista. Like, how the fuck did that happen?
Well, because your game's Radar, Chris
That's
Antista.
my name.
No one's
I
registered
played the
this
game of sex with Chris Antista's mother. Not making fun of Chris in this name because I couldn't think of anything funny. And one of my favorite forum posts was Willem Dafoe from Boondock Saints, which I just watched the sequel to. It's fucking terrible.
I know.
And it's just him like, and like in all caps, his name is There Was a Firefight. There was a firefight. No one else?
I got it.
1,000 times.
I've only seen the sequel.
Mike Tyson. Really?
Yeah.
Mike Tyson. He said Mike Tyson's Punch Out. And other good new users, Bad Wobot.
That's what I was going to say.
Said Punch Out. And Base Wars, Konami's first and only entry to the Cyber Stadium series.
Yeah, Base Wars is good shit.
Well, technically.
In the day it was.
Technically. And that ends my game deal of the the question of the week responses. Do we have a new question of the week?
No.
Oh shit!
I've been on vacation. What do you want me to do?
The next question of the week.
What? Fuck.
Do it.
Without the wiki in front of me, I was going to say, what's the game you played the most on a vacation?
Oh, yeah. What's the game you played the most on vacation?
On a given
what vacation did you even you just squander? On a game.
On a game. For me, first thing that comes to mind is Pokemon Diamond. Carolyn and I went to Puerto Rico in 2007 for a week with our parents. I bet I spent 80 hours of that vacation playing Pokemon Diamond.
I stole 2 hours of vacation and used it all on Red Dead Redemption. And then at the end of the day, noticed I kept dying and realized I didn't do anything. Like I collected a shitload of marigolds. And desert duster, whatever fuck flowers there were, but I had nothing else to show for those 2 days.
Wow.
Other than Red Dead flowers.
I've wasted vacations on recently Crackdown 2, the Saboteur, but probably the one that jumps most to mind is was visiting relatives in Spain in 1992. And we were taking a really long vacation. I'd been a couple weeks with no video games, and I was starting to have serious withdrawals.
Oh man!
And so I figured out my cousin had a Game Boy, and I spent the next several days scheming ways to try to convince people to go into town so we could buy a bunch of batteries for it because it didn't have any batteries. And once I finally got the batteries, and I just monopolized this stupid thing like playing, I think, Penguin Land and The Simpsons Escape from Camp Deadly.
Oh, God.
Only the important thing.
That's true junkie game.
I was that desperate for video games.
I'll play Vidiots all day.
Yeah.
I
played
just
a lot
took-
of video.
I just took a 2-week vacation. I didn't play anything except for about 20 minutes of Modern Warfare 2, and then I remembered that I hated it, and I stopped playing it. But I guess it would
Think
be...
back.
I was playing Super Metroid on the SNES, and I faked sick from school to play more.
Faster.
But my mom wouldn't let me, so I said, "Well, no. I mean, I guess she was okay, but I was fake sick from school, and I told her like, you think I could go in and play some Super Metroid? You think?" And she's like, if you can play Super Metroid, you're well enough to go to school.
Yeah.
Damn it! Okay, no. I'm not well enough to play Super Metroid. I'll just watch cartoons, I guess.
Do something else. Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's
Nah.
like you're not. That's a total lie. It takes much less energy to play video games than does
true.
to go to
Yeah,
school.
like
and it distracts you from your illness. That's the thing.
Exactly.
Moms want you to sit and focus on your misery. They don't want you to be distracted
Exactly.
from it.
It's like going to school requires me to get up to interact with other people. Playing a game, I can literally sit stationary.
Yeah, but to be fair, I was lying.
You were lying in the first.
I wasn't
that's
sick.
That's true.
So
in
there.
my case, it was King's Quest V of all games. That is something to look back on with shame.
Well, you know what time it is. It's probably about time for... Somebody had wrote a song all about Bonesaw.
Really?
Or about Bonesaw.
Wait, play that again.
Oh, it's funny now, not last week or now.
Phone calls are...
They are ready.
They are ready.
They are ready, in fact.
Yeah.
First phone call. Too
Like,
long.
real quick. 1-877-404-1337,
There you go.
extension 327 is the TalkRadar hotline. Give us a call.
This is no one from the forum.
Faster.
Because I'm not there. I prefer to lurk. Anyway.
Faster.
I actually remember that it is Michael's anniversary sometime these 2 weeks, since I don't remember if any date was specifically given, somewhere between TDar 26 and 27. Anyway, happy anniversary to him. I think 2 years now. It's
Happy
been-
anniversary, Michael.
That's not till November, actually.
I was going to say it's in November.
No, I disagree. I think the guy
You
had
were
it
there.
correctly. Next phone
Hello,
call.
TalkRadar.
Oh.
This is Jake, aka One Wing Dentista from the forums. I'm about to go to work without TalkRadar 14 because it comes out after I go to work, which kind of sucks. But I'm going to make some predictions right here for TalkRadar 114. Everybody on your stupid show is going to lose a nut over, is going to bust a nut over stupid Scott Pilgrim, which I could care less about.
Yep. Look, we don't need to hear
Fuck
the
you.
rest of what you have to say. It's not true. We don't care about Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, I never-
We've made that very clear.
Technically, he's not right, because 115 is the one where we lost the nut over Scott Pilgrim.
I never even saw that stupid movie.
Yeah, no.
It's true. Look, well,
that
this
movie's
is-
stupid and gay and retarded.
That does bring up something.
I just got a erection. Wow.
As you know, as everyone here knows,
I'm
I am
dreaming
one
about
of
a boy named Mongo.
I'm one of those people that very easily.
Oh, and thank you to that first guy for the anniversary wishes, even though it's wrong. Go ahead, Brett. You can see you're spazzing out.
You're the thing. I'm very much the kind of person who's what's something popular, I hate it. Like if someone
Yeah.
keeps telling
Me
me
too.
if something people told me to watch Arrested Development for years, no, and then I finally do. And I love it, of course I do. It's a fucking great show. But Scott Pilgrim, I feel like is one of those things where, because the movie's out and Book 6 just came out, it's at a fever pitch right now. It'll never be this high before or since.
Technically shouldn't be a sequel movie.
No, there shouldn't be another movie ever. It's pretty wrapped up. But the thing is, this is one of those things where a dozen people are going to tell you how cool it is or how good it is, and I'm very much one of those people who rebels against that entire mindset of
word of mouth.
Not word of mouth. There's a difference between word of mouth and
Everybody
17
else is laughing at you.
and 17 people telling you every day for a year, you would totally love it. It's like at some point, it's just you don't want to hear it anymore. I understand it, I really do. But this is the thing. Scott Pilgrim is really fucking good. And you should either read the comics or go see the movie. Do one or the other. You are missing out. This is one of those things. If you're a gamer,
you are.
If you're a gamer and you care at all about being a gamer, this is a great movie for that. It really is.
People Who Get You made a movie.
Yes.
About you.
And
what the fuck? Why do you hate this?
That's why.
Because hipsters. That's why a lot of people hate it.
Well, it sucks because somebody asked me, was it too hipster? I'm like, I'm not a hipster, but apparently I like the things they do.
Yeah, I would never classify myself.
I love going to Goodwill and fighting NES games. I'll lose my shit.
I've referred to it as a hipster thing, but Scott Pilgrim's a bit of a hipster. But it's what else do you call someone who doesn't really have a job and whose life just kind of revolves around what? Huh. What else do you call somebody who doesn't have a job and whose life just kind of revolves around the local music scene? I mean, he's a hipster. I'm sorry, whether you think that's a negative word or not.
But the difference is he doesn't go around behaving like a stereotypical hipster.
No, he's not a douchebag.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, that hipster tends to be equated with douchebag.
Yeah. I'm afraid of
hipsters
anyone
tend to
being
have shitty attitudes.
Never recommend anything else.
What are you
will not work.
I'm watching The Shield on your recommendation.
Don't throw that back at me. It's still
and
still
Arrested Development. I also watched There Will Be Blood this weekend.
Did you really? You did great.
I think some people...
We need to talk about this.
I don't know if this applies to the caller or not. I think some people have an attitude that's because I abstain from something that is popular, I am categorically more awesome than the people who enjoy this thing. All you're doing is denying yourself a potentially cool experience. Don't do that. Life is too fucking short to take an aloof attitude to entertainment.
Aloof. I like this word.
Aloof.
It's ridiculous.
And we've said that before. We all in the room enjoy something really bad.
Yes.
It really helps you appreciate what's really good.
Yeah.
And it's once you realize oh my god, this is really bad. I know everything.
Yeah.
Not I know everything, but it's not like that. But you immediately know what's good and bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, new phone call.
Why, hello there. It's Nick says what's up in the forums. And I'm alone by myself in a thunderstorm. I'm scared. I have no iPod to keep me company. All I have is the sweet sound of Chris Houston's voice. And I called his hotline. I'll call back about 8 more times. Expect it.
See, those calls always confuse me because I'm never sure at first whether or not it's a chick or a kid. And
it was a kid.
I know it's a kid.
Yeah, I know Nick said
But for the first few seconds, I was like, huh? What? Oh,
this morning, when I was 2 hours late to work.
What?
I'm sorry.
You suck. You suck worse than me.
I did hear
who is late every day.
Yeah. At 5 a.m. when he woke up because he's like an 80-year-old man already who wakes
or even
who wakes
more
up at
brightly,
5
I have
a.m.
to do freelance in order
and
to
does
survive.
does the New York Times crossword and
watches the
chamomile.
Watches the 4 a.m. ag report.
No. In all seriousness, it was just because Games Radar doesn't pay me enough to live. That's the only reason I was up. Tee-hee.
But I couldn't sleep, so
That's
I was
even
awake.
funnier.
See, I had insomnia because I'm just going to blame you.
Phone call.
Do another one.
Hello, TalkRadar. This is Jake, a.k.a. One Wing Dentista.
Hi.
I just wanted to say I had no idea that until TalkRadar 113 that... crap.
Attaboy.
Oh.
I didn't know either.
Try again.
I didn't know.
We'll never know.
Maybe. Hold on.
It's the next one.
Hold tight.
Yo, What's up, guys? It's Strangle Me from Brooklyn again. Just calling to say what's up. Love what you guys
Our
been doing in the past week.
By
And
far.
I have a question. My question is, not sure if you guys answered this at any time. I mean, I'm pretty sure you haven't since I listened to TalkRadar. I listened from TalkRadar 1 all the way to TalkRadar 114, so I've never heard anybody ask this. But what I want to know is, why does Games Radar do a top 7? Just curious. I mean, many people do top 5, top 10.
I know this
And
answer.
I think it's awesome that you do top
as
7,
well.
and I thoroughly enjoy reading it every Monday, and even more so hearing you guys discuss it every Friday. But just curious to know the origin of the top 7 at GamesRadar.com.
You want to field this one, Bill?
I'll start it, and then maybe if my memory is too fuzzy.
All right, sure, go.
We didn't start the top 7 till The top 7, we started like almost a year after, and it was like I remember sitting in the demo room at the time, and like there was it was a room where we would get together and have these awful, torturously long meetings every morning
about how we're all a bunch of fuck ups.
Oh God! And we were like, we need some kind of weekly fixture. We need a thing, and then the idea of a top something list came up, and then we don't want to do top 10 because that's what everyone does. Top 5
specifically, that's what IGN does. Top 10 Tuesdays.
Yes, IGN had a top 10 Tuesday, so it was like, what if we did a top something on Monday, a day before IGN?
Mm-hmm.
But then it was like, well, top 5 is the next one down, and One Up does a lot of top 5. Well, a lot of people do. Sarcastic Gamer do a lot of top 5 lists. So we're like, fuck it, we'll split the difference. We'll do a top 7.
Yeah, I seem to remember that coming from Steven.
Yeah, Steven was kind of like, it'll be 7. And then that's kind of it. It was a meeting, I think, in 2006.
Nobody else is top 7.
Something like that.
Nobody else does it. Well, somebody probably. But if you Google top 7, like just the word top 7, it's us.
That's our fucking number.
That's our
You
number.
back away.
Everyone else who does top 7 anything, I'm like, we've done one every Monday for 4 years. Do something else. Let us have this one thing, please.
Next phone call.
Wait just 1 minute.
Okay. Slower.
Who is this? Shit mittens on the forums.
Hi.
Leaving messages in my voice. Nobody mocks the Macho Vampire, Dracula the Wax. Nobody does it better than me. Ooh, yeah.
Is this still going on?
I am very angry.
Okay.
30-second limit, buddy.
Oh, yeah. When we get to the
pretty good, Ingrid.
I don't think the real Macho Man talks that slowly.
Well, you have to. A normal mortal must talk that slow in that voice to
to avoid coughing up a lung every 5 seconds.
It really hurts.
It hurts, and it.
Games Radar. It's the Rocky from the forums. I'm listening to Cast 114. Stuck in traffic, and my name on the site isn't funny, so I thought of some names that people could come up with to make fun of Christopher Antista. So let's see.
Oh dear.
Christopher Testicle Tista. That's all I got.
No, I got it. You are Rocky Mountain Baby Oyster. That is what you are from here on out.
I like the idea of people stuck in traffic so bored they call us.
Seriously, do it from here on out.
That's kind of fun.
We got a lot of phone calls this week, but I'd much prefer you
Seriously,
yelling at me.
Testicle Tista, and you ever went to Christopher Ball Tista? Christopher Ball Torture?
Next phone call.
Hey, TalkRadar, this is Shipment and Shitty Kittens from the forums. And I just want to tell you, since you guys always ask if we're ready for some football, Bonesaw is ready. Now my voice really hurts. Thank you. That's it.
Nice. I really want to hear Randy Savage in a normal family room setting.
Yeah. It'll probably ruin your perception.
I know, like, why, hello. Yes, I am ready for dinner.
Yeah, I see you admiring my duvet.
Can he even talk like a normal fucking human being?
I'm sure he can.
Too much, Elston. This is how I'm used to talk. Really
To do anything else would be
I shop
inhuman.
at IKEA. I shop at IKEA. Bed Bath and Beyond. That's the only other realm I venture into anymore. Checking in on Foursquare, doing everything.
It's Rich from Canada. You guys...
Oh, Tyler, translate.
Fantastic podcast. 114 was fantastic.
Thank you. Saying that he likes maple syrup.
21, 12. I think that
112. That's code for
more
hockey.
beer, more delicious
Wayne Gretzky's
beer,
number.
funnier podcast all around.
99,
And
by
fuck
the
you
way.
guys for not saying that PAX is in Seattle. Maybe it's my own dumbass. I didn't know, but I literally just found out now, and I can't go. So enjoy your time at PAX.
You know what?
And hopefully we'll catch
Yeah,
you
you
next
can.
Bye-bye.
In a fun turn of events, the 4 people sitting here in this podcast are the 4 people who will be at PAX.
Yes,
that's true.
So,
but you know what? If you cared, you could go.
here's the thing. We don't have an official Talk Radar podcast. We do have a Games Radar future panel Sunday, Ask a Games Journalist. Be sure to show up Sunday at 3.
Which is, it's not a, it's, you got Logan Decker.
We got
EIC
Logan from
of
PC Gamer. We got Gary Steinman from PTOM.
EIC of
And
PTOM.
then me and Michael.
Yep.
Yeah. All jerks, by the way.
I'm going to defer to
They are
Michael on
assholes.
every...
I'm going to defer to Gary and Logan on every question.
Oh, man. We're going to have to sit in front of
I don't like
bunches.
any of them. I don't like Brett. I don't like Michael. I don't
what a
like
bunch of-
Gary. I don't
I
like
like
Logan.
me.
Dicks.
I like-
Assholes.
My wife
jerks.
My wife likes
Aw.
me.
My wife likes
Yeah.
Marie's been dead for 8 years, Michael.
But Logan especially, that guy's a jerk. Don't listen to anything he says.
Yeah.
He likes squirrels. That's weird.
Gary Steinman will deliberately fuck with you.
Gary
I'll just warn you right
Steinman
now.
I bet he
you will feel like a pedophile after
Yeah.
you talk to him, and you won't know why.
But anyway.
But he won't. And I hope so, because they're two of the funniest people.
They
Yeah,
are.
yeah, yeah, they
I'm
really
just
are.
kidding.
They are.
Logan and Gary are hilarious and awesome. I love them.
They'll both be there. That's the Sunday panel, 3 p.m. But all
Be
four of
there.
us will be there Friday and Saturday. Really going to try to go to the Friday concert.
Tyler
But
and I will be drinking hard across the street.
We will be.
I was going to say, like Saturday
Oh.
night, the Saturday of PAX, if you're even anywhere near the Seattle area, we're going to try to do some kind of impromptu Talk Radar something.
Yeah.
Chris
and I will be drinking, arguing like little,
I don't think so.
We'll figure out. Just follow our
fine.
follow our Twitters or listen on the podcast. I don't know what it is, but we'll figure something out.
Hey, Talk Radar. It's Rich from Canada. You guys just had the...
You can stop replaying.
Hey guys,
this.
this is Vera from the forums.
Oh, hey,
I've
Joe.
been working on my Nico impression after
All
listening
right.
to you guys do terrible ones for 2 years.
No, they're good.
Here's Nico doing a plug for Talk Radar. Let me get in character here. Talk Radar, okay! It's no problem.
That's so
And-
Borat.
Yeah. That's pretty damn good, I'd say.
That's so Borat. I can't allow it, sir.
That's on par with
Sorry,
any of ours.
that's Roman, if anything.
Why did Sacha Baron Cohen call us?
It's no
I wish.
It's no problem.
11% left on my computer. Let's go.
Hey guys, this is Vera from the forums.
Oh, got that one.
Hey, Talk Radar. This is forum user. I took a shit twice and gained 3 pounds on the forum, and I'm not gonna waste time. I'm gonna say I've been listening since Talk Radar 6.
Wow.
Best podcast, the only podcast I listen to. Now, I'm gonna pose a challenge for Bone Swap, and that is somebody on the podcast right now has to be the Ultimate Warrior, and I want to see a fuck fest with fucking Bone Swat and the Ultimate Warrior going against each other. It's gonna be a bloodbath.
You
but
think I
you
can't
guys
take
can
on
do it,
this
so-
Nazi? I put a picture on gaming's
Gonna go fuck
greatest
down.
life bars.
Does Ultimate Warrior even talk?
Ooh, Michael, never interrupt the savage.
Well,
You're in for a beating. I'm teasing what I did this week. A bunch of shitty news stories that the internet will forget about, and a feature about life bars. Did you know Deadpool beat someone with one? It happened, and I wrote about it because I'm savage.
meanwhile,
That's Randy Savage, not Bone.
These your articles, bitch shits. I'll fuck you. I'll fuck you in the nostrils, all 6 of them. I don't care. Make them into one big one and put my dick in it until I reach
oh,
your brain.
Francois, there's 7. There's
Sorry,
7
but
nostrils. What are you
get out of
talking
hand
about?
with nostrils and dicks and it's
That's Randy Savage, not Bone Swap.
it's my Achilles heel, Elston. We have
I
to move on.
added a nostril just to trick you, Bone
No,
Swat.
stop it, Haller! That kind of chicanery really plays wicked with my senses. I don't know what to fuck
Well,
or what to threaten.
I am the ultimate
Blood vessel
warrior.
burst in my temple.
All I say is I don't talk. I'm the
Yeah,
ultimate warrior.
just say queering don't make the world work. I think that's a direct quote from him.
It's too true.
The idea that he only relates to things by threatening them.
I don't mind you too much. Let's do
you, Toast! I'm gonna make you!
Better put liquid in my Bugs Bunny glass, or I swear to God, water faucet.
Jesus
It's gonna be the
Christ! Can we go have some
Oh,
pizza
great.
now? I'm gonna have a headache.
All right.
Why?
Somebody tease what they're doing next week.
Oh, dick cock.
I'm on vacation.
Yeah, you.
The 24-hour marathon.
Yeah.
Friday.
This
24-hour
Friday
marathon.
through Saturday.
This Friday, 5
Gosh,
p.m.
we're doing all
Pacific
Michael
time.
Ibarra's Kane and Lynch 2 review.
Yeah, I did that.
Then a Mafia 2
I'm doing the Mafia 2 review. I'm talking less like Randy Savage and more like a no blues man.
The Kane and Lynch 2 review right up against some.
These voices at once could not make for a better end to a
I
podcast.
had to take my headset off. It's too.
It's
because
deafening.
with the headset, it's 8 fucking voices.
Michael Ibarra's has a review coming that's a complete offense to Antista's people.
This is true.
This is true.
It's true. I've done a lot of game music of the day.
As Unico, the animated unicorn, has told us, Mafia 2 is an affront to the Italian people.
I don't know why that ventured into Bill
Wait,
Cosby.
that was a long time
I
ago.
don't either.
but
It did.
Was Mafia 2 why you guys drank Cristal on the podcast?
You know what?
No, that was Godfather 2.
That was
It's
Godfather.
all right.
Oh, gee. Okay.
Far less important game.
Far less important.
Far.
You know,
Far.
it was a blanket of snow while your
Distant.
parents created you. Like, why would you say something so racist? What?
That's not racist. The swastika in our neighbor's window is racist.
That's incredible.
Yeah, you guys see that? Look on Twitter. Follow at Cantista at T. Tyler
Oh yeah, we do have
_
a neighbor
Wild.
sporting a fucking swastika.
Our neighbor's drawn, very meticulously drawn with a Sharpie, a swastika on a piece of cardboard. Put it in his window so we can see it.
Wow.
What? What do we do?
What a fantastic human being.
Oh.
Why?
All right, I got this. We're gonna taking us out this week. Is our ending song is "Devastation's Doorway" by
That's
Soul
stupid.
Signal,
No.
a remix of
Stop
Koopa's
it.
Road and Koopa's Theme from Mario 64, courtesy of OC Remix.
No.
What do you want to say?
No.
It's stupid because it's not a chess song.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about this when we get home, Rumi.
A chess song?
Yeah, play a chess song. Why don't you play a wonderful chess song, Chess Master SNES? Can you find it? No, you can't.
Boring.